back. We get the mic open. Last couple of times we've been here, we kept the mic open. Because you know why we leave the mic open? I'll tell you why. Before I announce who I am. Pretty sure you know who I am already. We leave the mic open because we want you to see the reaction on how these individuals react when they get bust. We are met with a lot of emojis, cursing, carrying on, stuff like that. Usually we're used to it already. But we leave the mic open to give them the opportunity to explain themselves. But usually we never get that. We just get them just ranting with a bunch of emojis and carrying on. But again, that's what I said. That's what you do when you laugh at people. Laugh back when you basically have no way to defend yourself. All right, so first things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC. We were talking about, we got off track. We got way off track in the last one. We got way off track. We're talking about the Lord is not going off track. That's fantastic. We get to talk about the Lord. But we got off track when we were talking about those outdoor screens, which had to come up because I saw that and I couldn't let it go. I could have bypassed. I could have let it go, but I couldn't. That was the most weakest outdoor demonstration I've ever seen on that little cookie cutter screen. We couldn't get past it. We had to talk about it. I like to show customers what they should be expecting for their outdoor screens. It should not be on these little cookie cutters watching these demonstrations where projectors are sitting way too close. Let's talk about the name here. PARTAY does not own the right to the name. He doesn't. He doesn't own the right to the logo. He doesn't. All this is fake. The entire PARTAY, whatever it's supposed to be, is fake, 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 fake. Now, PARTAY, if I'm a liar at the end of the day, if I'm not telling the truth, can you show me one of these? Can you show me one of these? Can you have one of these on you? Can you show me that registration number? Can you show it? Because the reason why you can't get this, and I'll tell you why, because when they go in and they do the search for this, this guy's going to pop up. It's going to show that it's already owned by somebody else. That's why you don't have one, because you will never pass the search at all, period. Now, if you need it, PARTAY Fruit Loops, PARTAY Chocolate Chips, whatever you want to name it at the end of the day, that you may be to get away with, all right? But you can't, no. True, you won't be able to get away with that either. Because they can also take you to court and they can sue you and say that you're too close to their name and this is basically causing a conflict of interest. We've seen that one before. I've seen that one before when I did a Facebook page under Silver Diamond. Can't do that. You get in trouble for that. You can't do that. So we had to remove the page because, again, it's too close. They can literally still sue you over that. It causes confusion. That's why. So we know for the fact you don't own it. The fact that I can go in and I can type into gov.com copyright records and this guy's name pops up. You can't get a copyright for this because somebody already owns it. So the whole thing about PARTAY's humble beginnings, this whole nonsense, this whole page is a shamble. It is a fake. I don't know where to start first. That watered down house paint you have at the end of the day, you saw the half and half. Somebody pointed it out on one of the forum sites, kept mentioning watercolors. I'm like, what the frick is about watercolors? He wasn't using watercolors in the demonstration. And then the guy was like, did you look at the pail? Did you see how much water was in the pail versus the paint? Yeah, that's the reason why he had the whole beaded thing and he came with the whole bubble releasing system. That's the screen. Oh, that's the dumbest thing I've heard in my entire life. This guy at the end of the day could really put a freaking science spin on chalk. You know, it's the molecular structure of the white caliber of the chalk compound of powders that causes the system to basically, and the reason when we transport this, we soak this in water because what it does, it allows for the polymers to sink to the bottom. And this is releasing the air of the oxygen titanium system. Really, you literally can do a whole entire lecture on chalk and make it sound like something that it's not. Honestly, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. They watched that. We posted that when they watched that. They could not stop laughing on that one. Like, what the freak is he talking about? Nobody knows what he's talking about. No one knows what you're talking about. Nobody. How do you explain that? Let's look at PARTAY right here. Let's go over and copy your name right here. Let's go pop over to the government. We're going to pop over to copyrights. This is for copyrights. This is for searching records. This is what this section is for. You see that right there, PARTAY? Somebody has that name. They have that name. All right, so let's go back a little farther. Let's go back here where nothing pops up, right? We're going to go here and pop your name in there, PARTAY. Right, there we go. So there you are right there. Now, let's go hit the search. See who has it, who owns the right to that name. And this fellow pops up, right? This is all his music. These are his registration numbers. You see my registration number right here? These are his registration numbers. He has a registration copyright on every single one of these. These are all registered, right? Now, if we come over here and we click on the first one that says PARTAY, right there, we'll click on that one. What comes up, PARTAY? Does it say anything about screen paint products? No, it says sound recording, which means you ripped off somebody's name in London, England, and took their name and used it as your own. Which means you keep talking about PARTAY products, humble beginnings. No, buddy, that's not humble beginnings. That's theft at the end of the day. You stole someone's copyrighted materials. This is why you can't get the name PARTAY ever copyrighted, because somebody owns it. Your logo. The logo is very suspicious. Let's go hit the image search on the logo. Let's see what it brings up. Let's go over here. We're going to go to where it says search an image source. Let's see. Now, you stay here that you started your business in 2017, right? This is the person who owns that logo. There's the International Air Transportation Association. They own it. Do you know when their company was founded? In 1945. Where were you founded at? Let's see. Let's go over here to your About PARTAY Humble Beginnings. Let's see. You were founded here in 2017, which means they had the logo before you did. They could sue. They probably will sue. We're going to contact them. We're going to let them know. We're going to send them over your website. We're going to explain to them what we saw, what we figured out, and you can talk to them at the end of the day. And what's going to happen is their attorneys are going to step in and they're going to slam the daylights out of you. That's what they're going to have to sue the daylights out of you. And you know why? Because you didn't ask for permission at all, period. You could have typed in the name and figured that out. I could have. Anyone could type in the name and figure that out. Anytime I'm doing something, I will always type in the name and see who owns what. And then if nobody owns it, I will go in and contact an attorney and I'll say, hey, look, I want to use this right here. I'm going to do the copyright. They'll do the copyright for me, fill out all the information, or I'll do it myself. And then they'll go and say, okay, you got to pay like something like 40, 50, or $60 to do something called copyright search. Now, they'll search all their database. The government will search all the database and say, okay, nobody owns this. This is yours. You can have it. You got the right. There's your registration number right there. You can have it. It's yours. It belongs to you. There's that seal of approval right there, PARTAY. That's what you get. But if it comes back and somebody does own it, they'll send you back a letter saying, unfortunately, we can't basically do this process for you because somebody owns this. Can you come up with something else and send it back to us? That's what's going to happen. You're not going to pay for the copyright again. They just can't register the copyright because somebody owns it. There we go. There we go. Now you got it. Now you understand. Now, the name. So those of you who know that you're going to be getting sued pretty soon, besides PARTAY, CROW, and Solid Wake 5, we got 4 other people we're going to be filing lawsuits against. Advanced Ambient Light Rejection 48 Black Series Edition is a copyrighted material. The swoosh behind it, whatever they're going to call that, is a copyright. That name itself is a copyright. It's an easy way. There's certain ways on basically people say, well, you can't copyright a name. Oh, heck, yes, you can. You just have to know how to do it. That's why you don't know business at the end of the day. And we do. I know how to get a name. It's trademark, yes, but we can get a name copyrighted. If we didn't, we wouldn't have the registration right here staring you in the face. There's a way you can do it. Now, I got to teach a business class 101 and I show people how to do this stuff at the end of the day. But anyway, you don't have a registration number. You were founded in March of 2017. And this place on Wikipedia, they've been around almost forever. They have been here since 1945. So, them taking you to court, and this is an airline, them taking you to court, who do you think would win? You have to prove when you go to court who had rights to it first. You have to prove that once you press is established, then you have to prove basically whether or not if the person got permission. Now, the only thing that may get you out of this situation, that well, you're still going to get sued with something. They're going to hit you with something, but may lessen the blow is less they can prove that you intentionally knew this and took it anyway. That pretty much comes with a much heavier fine and some jail time, but you can lessen that unless you can prove that you didn't really know at the end of the day and you just happened to use this. But I don't know who would be using this without freaking copyrights attached to it. So I don't know. But like I said, they still can sue you. They still have the ability to sue you. That just lessens the blow on how much they can probably pull out of you. But then again, it depends on their attorneys and that. You have to worry about that too on top of that. So neither here nor there. I'm not here to give you that advice at the end of the day. That's for you to get an attorney and figure it out. So PARTAY's products, well, they're fakes. We know that from the door. PARTAY's name, fake. That's not even yours. I'm not even calling you PARTAY anymore because that sounds kind of weird knowing that it belongs to somebody else. So I'm gonna call you Water Paints. I'm not calling you PARTAY. You don't have the right to be called that because you don't own it. And you don't have the right to have that logo because you don't own it. So I'm just gonna call you Water Paints. Because for those of you sitting there saying, well, why would you call his product Water Paints? Do you really want to know? Well, I'll show you. This is why we call his products Water Paints. Let me see, what's that do here? So applications. You're closed again? Why are you always closed? Every time I come in here, look at this. He says the reason why on camera that he closes. Man, you close every day. Look at this. Out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. That's it. It's Sunday. I can come in here on Monday and you'll still be closed. I can come in here on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You're closed. Like my theory was right. I said already from the door. You can't make the product because it costs too much money. You know that from the door. You got two different instructions up there on showing you how to paint the screen. And one line so bad, it can't even back up the other one. One says we don't do 4 colors and you do 4 colors in the other one. And again, common sense, you're going to need 4 containers if you're doing 4 colors, but you say you don't do either one of those. Then you say your product has some Vaseline, but then we have instructions from you, from your YouTube channel, telling people to put body gel into the paint, which is basically Vaseline and oil at the end of the day. It's a mess over there. I'm going to show you the water paints. So let's go check out the water paints. He's closed again. Are you ever going to open this up? I got a challenge for you. Can you try to keep your website open for a year? Like for a solid year, can you try to keep it open? Because either I can get an order from you or neither can people that we are right now trying to get orders from you. They can't get orders from you. They bring it over here to us. He sits there and he complains about saying he never seen a PARTAY product. How do you even know? We tried to order like 7 times. You can't give me back my money. And now we can't even get to the site, period, because he keeps it closed. This ain't the first time. The first time we placed an order, PARTAY shut his site down right from the door. Shut it down from the door. So it had me thinking. He told us that that was the last order and it sold out. Well, if it's sold out, we've been on your site for like 2 months before we placed the order. That means that was the only order that you had available on the site, or nobody was buying for that 2 months. Because when we bought, the site automatically, shopping carts shut down. That's because you got afraid and you didn't want us to order anything else. But don't worry, PARTAY, don't worry. We'll have your product down here sooner or later, and then we're going to have some fun. You remember making that statement? Well, this is where things got really bad. Every time that we ordered from him, we made that statement. We showed his video about him walking around the backyard for every single order until it got so bad for him, he shut the site down. Now look at this. Close, close, close. Close, close, close. Tomorrow it will be closed. And don't put down that your product's not American made. That's a lie. Not American made. Unless everything was made here and processed and made in America, processed, made here in America, it is not made in America. People who have this, stop doing this. Made in America doesn't mean we make our parts in a third world country and then we bring them over here and we assemble them here. That's not made in America. Made in America means everything you made was made in America right here, assembled right here, sold right here. That's made in America. Now you can say half and half. That works right there at the end of the day. Well, half of our products are made overseas and half of our products are made over here. That's a half and half. Put down like 50% made in America. That's what you need to do. But you're not 100% made in America. Stop it. And you said made in America from the great state of South Carolina. That's where you're at. You're in South Carolina. I have connections in South Carolina. A lot of freaking heavy connections in South Carolina. You know, a lot of black people are in South Carolina. A lot of heavy ties in Carolina. Yeah, you down there? Really? Oh, man. All right. That's the direction we can point the freaking... the investigators start looking. South Carolina. Interesting. All right, let's go over here. Let's look at the water paint. Now, I don't like to bring things up without saying. Let's look at the application. See, changes. I hope we didn't get rid of this. Oh my goodness. Reading through that. I'm not reading through. There's just too much work, man. I'd rather read War and Peace in Japanese blindfolded before reading this again. This is a lot. So you notice you see the surface here with the line in the middle. All this is based off the first video here. This is where his products are really, this is what the products really are. This is the fake video he did to try to come back and say that he never said anything that he said here on the first video. I said it here, but I didn't say it here. All right, we're gonna do this real fast, really, really fast, okay? I know it's a long video. Now, Partay, bear with me, okay? I know you're in the room ranting and carrying on. Follow me on this one. Now, let's go with this. Everything you said, we're going to back it up.
Bird has videos only about 15, 16 minutes. I'm standing here at PARTAY, and today I am here, as promised, to cover the lies, and I say that specifically.
The lies.
And we'll be glad to answer. You guys take care, and I hope you enjoy the video. Bye. Hey folks, standing here at PARTAY, and today
now if you look at this, you see this at the bottom? See that black area right there? That's paint. This is water. That's all water. Watch this. This is interesting. PARTAY, if I'm wrong on this, you make it.
As promised, to cover the lies, and I say that specifically.
You see that right there? All that's water. This line right here, because remember what you said. You said the polymers would automatically sink to the bottom, and the water is there to be used as a delivery system to keep the paint from dehydrating, from evaporating. That's what you claim, right? All right, then. If you put water, distilled water, what the freak is that? That's water. That's a lot of water. That means right here along this line, this dark trace, that's paint. This up here, that's water. That is a lot of water in your paint. This would explain why that it didn't do a proper cover here. What happens is, Partay, you're not very intelligent, and I'll tell you why. Anyone who's ever put water in paint to make it stretch has realized that the original wall is going to seep through. They're going to see that when you do that. I see when people do a cheap job using cheap paints, and they'll basically paint the wall, and you can still see the image. It's blotty, it looks pretty bad, and then they'll go out and they'll just go out and buy the paint to do the one coat and be done. But you're going to have to do multiple paint overs. If you do a wall with cheap paint, you have to do multiple paint overs in order to get that wall to blend in, to disappear. And that's why you require for the customers to do 4 coats, because the first coat that's going to come on, it's going to look like trash. That other side of that screen is black. It's not covering correctly. You had to pass over that surface. We counted it. It was insane. I think everybody was in there counting in the different form sizes. They were counting how many times you passed over. When you paint a screen, that's it. Every once in a while, you might go this way, take up any excess paint you may have on it. That's it. There's no way in the world you should be passing back and forth and passing back and forth and passing back and forth. What the frick are you covering? The surface is only 2 by 3. But look at this. Look how much water paint's in there. This right here, this is where the water is at. See where that water is at right there? This is the bottom of where the water hits right here. This is the paint down here. You have nothing but water in there. So what you're doing is you're selling a watered down screen paint to make it claim that it's a thin coating. It's not a paint at the end of the day. It's a thin coating. That's what you're doing. I bet you I can make that product. I bet you. That has the same equivalence as watered down spaghetti sauce, watered down ketchup, watered down liquor. People seen that before. We got this watered down liquor. That is absolutely horrible. Look at this. Watch this. Now, mind you, what he just said here.
Specifically, the lies that Crystal Edge Technologies
Look at all that water in there. That's a lot of water in that paint.
Screens has actually put out about PARTAY's products and the application process. So I'll cover them off just in little bits here, but you can see this is one container that I'm making here. Doesn't matter which mixture it is. If I remember correctly, I was using Vega Plus here. But really doesn't matter because it's one container. It'll be one 48-ounce container of one product. You don't get 4 different containers. You don't get 4 48s, which is what he's told you out there, that you'll get 4 different containers. You'll do one coating from each container, and each one of those is a little bit different from the other. That's a complete damn lie.
All right, you said it's a lie, right? Okay, then explain this one right here.
Hi folks, Danny here at PARTAY. So tonight I have Miss Kelly.
Any questions, Danny, on this?
Screen for us. So I have a few things that I want to talk about first, specifically about the surface, and then we'll talk about the actual mix. This surface, it's hard to tell because it's got a sheen to it. I coated it with, but it's that there's texture on it.
You're talking about the surface. We need to hear about that.
It acts as a skin. It's very thin, that has a good bit of texture on it, and you'll be able to pick up that texture whenever we do our display. And the reason for that is because this formula acts as a skin. It's very thin. You're going to do very thin layers. You're going to do 4 thin layers, and it's all going to be okay.
Maybe it's because it's very thin, because half of it's water. That's why.
I promise you. You're going to see your first roll is going to be the ugliest paint job you've ever done probably in your life. So don't worry about it. That's good. That's fine.
Don't bother deleting these. I made copies last night. They're on the form sites right now.
Being a master, this formula has been designed to make it very easy for you to do, where you pretty much have to try to screw it up, maybe just take and do some finger painting in there. I can't guarantee against that, but this should be fairly easy. All right, so first things you want to remember is when you open up the product, you want to stir it very well, okay? And what you want to do is you want to make sure you stir the bottom. Almost I do mine in a checkered pattern. I kind of go one direction from side to side, and then, you know, the up.
You know why you're stirring it that much? Because there's water in it. That's why. Got to get that water to mix in with the paint, well, so you don't have any problems.
Other way, side to side. And I'll do that a few times, and then make sure that you get around your edges. So that you don't have stuff that's just stuck to the edges. Now, this over time, probably by the time you would receive it, it's going to look like it does when we mix it. But over time, you will have some separation there that could occur, and that's going to be because we use a combination of distilled water with something we designed here. The polymers in it are heavier. It's going to fall to the bottom over time. So
AKA, without your nonsense and bullcrap, you're talking about the polymers are going to sink to the bottom. Let me explain something to you. It's water in paint. Anybody's going to have the same reaction because the water is not supposed to be in there to begin with. So automatically, yes, it's going to sink to the bottom. It's not supposed to be. There's going to be a separation. That's nothing new. Moving on.
Your water will kind of rise to the top and separate. That water is really only there as a delivery vehicle for the product.
So basically, let me get this straight. So basically, you're saying that without the water, it would evaporate. Do you know what I'm going to do when your product gets down here? I'm going to drain all the water out of it. I'm going to seal it into a container, and I'm going to stick it in a room for a day. And let's see if it evaporates. I'm going to put your stuff to the test.
Because it's going to evaporate. What Kelly's going to do is I'm going to instruct her on how to get started. And the way that we're going to get started is think of this as your full screen. I usually break mine into thirds. So you would have 3 areas. There's actually 2 kind of divots in this thing. You can see one over here and then the one here. But we'll break it into thirds. What I usually do is run for this size panel. We're just going to run like a little 2-inch. If I'm doing a full screen, I'm probably going to run about a 3 to 4 inch, maybe 3 inch. Start with 3. You can always pour a little more if you want to do it that way. You can use a rolling pan. The thing is I wouldn't use more than a.
He doesn't mention anything more about the rolling pan, because if you have to pour a line in the middle of the screen, what's the point of putting it into a rolling pan? You're going to pour it into the rolling pan, take it out of the rolling pan, and pour a line down the middle of the screen? That's kind of stupid. That's not going to work. So PARTAY, guess what? Yeah, that's a lie. Also, too, the other problem we have in there, PARTAY, you didn't do the same instructions you did here. This is literally based off everything I just read on your site for your instruction. That other video below has nothing to do with anything you said in your instructions. And you said 4 coats, right? Well, here's the thing. When we go in and we check your specification sheet on your products, you say Easy McCheesy. You said 3 coats. So you don't even know your own instructions.
Rolling pan than what you plan to do in one coating. And I'll explain that as we
choked
go.
on his own words.
So the easiest thing to do is Kelly right now, I've instructed her, she's going to run about a 2-inch wide.
You said 2-inch wide, it's 3 over here. Let me explain something, PARTAY. Your attorney never contacted me. Never at all. Which means you don't have a leg to stand on. I gave him a week to have his attorney call me. I'll give you a month. You want a month? I'll give you a month. Matter of fact, I'll give you 6 months for that attorney to contact me. And I guarantee you, we don't reach no call from anybody. Send me a letter, send me something, I don't know. Send it to me. I want to see it. Dig, dig, dig. What you mean, dig, dig, dig? You mad? Are you mad? Somebody's mad because this has got to be PARTAY. Yo, it is PARTAY in here. Hey, PARTAY's in the room. Hey, PARTAY. PARTAY, man, you got to explain this mess to us, man. What the heck is going on in here? Why is your paint majority? I didn't look down and see it because I don't pay those no mind when they're in the rant, but that's PARTAY in here. Everybody say hello to Danny Boy. He has now entered the room. Danny Boy, now you can explain some of this nonsense. First things first, you got to calm down a little bit, man. You're a little hostile. You got to relax. All right, this is your instruction video. We're watching it. All right, so you're upset and you're getting angry. Why? You just clearly just called me a liar. Didn't you just say at the end of the day that you never said anything about 4 colors and containers? Now, even if you didn't say anything about containers, okay? Let's say you didn't say nothing about containers. How are you going to ship 4 different colors in 1 container? It had to be in 4 containers. So when we watch this video, Danny, we're not going to see different colors. We're going to see all the same color. That's what you're saying? All right, then let's find out.
Strip from the center of the first one to the center of the third one.
Now that's the first color right there.
There you go. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Now just, you can actually take your brush and brush that up beside if that happens. Where you have a little roll in the container.
And you are here threatening me, Danny. Are you in here threatening me? Oh, court. Courts. You've been saying see me in court for the longest time. I'm still waiting on that. Your attorney hasn't even called me yet. Still waiting on that too. So, let me know. So what? Taking me to court for what? Because I said your product had water in it? It does have water in it. Because you sat there and said you said 4 colors. You did say 4 colors. It's right there. Matter of fact, I made copies of your videos just in case. What else are you going to take me to court for? Because I said that your product's fake and a phony and any house paint can do the same thing? Well, you care to do those demonstrations today and post them onto your website? I asked you a question. If I'm lying and I'm not telling the truth here, what I want you to do is I want you to take that black and white mixture from Jamie, make that, and I want you to put half of that with water. Do the same thing, paint your screen in. Then what I want you to do is I want you to take Network Gray. I want you to take Slip Silver, any one of those great products, put it against your screen, show that there's a difference. You don't mind doing that today and posting to your website today. I asked you today, yes or no? Yes or no, we got to move on with the video. I'm going to give you a chance. Again, yes or no? He says it's different from character. So basically, he says that I went on and slandered him. Let's see if we slandered him. So he said in the video, he said, he never said anything about different colors, right? Let's see.
Oh. Nice. Now you just want to go ahead and get to rolling. And what you want to do, the goal here
Oh,
is
you're not Danny. So who are you if you're not Danny? You're Roger. Who's Roger?
Wall in your house or something.
Who is Roger?
First of all, what you want to do is try to get your roller saturated.
Who is Roger? Roger Rabbit? Okay, whatever. Who is Roger? It's Roger the lawyer? Wait. Is Rogers a lawyer? Let me tell you something. If you're going to say you're a lawyer, you're not a lawyer at the end of the day. No lawyer in their right mind is going to come into a live stream and have a discussion. Not going to do that at all, period. That's not professional. Well, at the end of the day, if you can't tell me who you are, who cares? Let's move on.
Okay. Now, I have not done this. So.
But now you want to start rolling it, like rolling that out.
Now, if you look at the paint, it's oil in it. Look how that looks.
You're just trying to get coverage.
It's not even covering. It's smearing all over the place. This is not even taken to the surface. So what is in here that's causing the paint to look like this? It's oil in it. Danny, we made one of your ingredients connected to your freaking website, your YouTube channel. In your instructions, you instruct people to make this paint using body gel. You want to say yes or no on that one?
Not going to look even as far as color, but you want the whole surface.
It's Danny in the room, people. It's Danny.
It's as easy as that. Just basically, but try not to roll it off. I usually roll side to side.
I got you.
Now, you say in this demonstration that the person who paints this in is just painting the screen to be wet. That's it. So if you're doing 4 coats of the exact same paint, what is the purpose of that, of painting the screen just to be wet? That's like, here, you're going to paint this wall the first time, but you're going to paint it just to be wet, and then you're going to paint it 3 more times after that. That doesn't make any sense.
And then instructed me.
Didn't you say you were going to hit me with a lawsuit when you sent me that stupid mail talking about cursing me out and everything? What happened then? Nothing. All right, let's watch the video. Danny's in there ranting a rant.
Once again, you're not trying to get a pretty
That
roll
is
at all.
absolutely awful. Look at that. That's not even taking. That is awful. So you mean to tell me I'm going to slop this stuff onto my screen just to get it wet? That's it? Ew, no.
What you're trying to do is get the material on the surface.
And I can drop your video over in ABS forums and get their opinion. How about that?
All right, see, now you can start applying just a little bit
You can
of
go over and
pressure,
explain that to them.
going either side to side or up and down. Just apply a little
All
bit.
right, so the whole purpose of this, you said, is basically to, I don't know, maximize the surface for a smoother roll. So how come this application is not on the one below? What's going on right there? That's a whole different set of instructions. Let's see if she puts down another paint. See if the next paint that comes down is the same color. Because you just sat there and said out of your mouth, you never said anything else about different colors, right? So let's see what happens here. All right, explain that. That's a different color. So what's going on there? You said you never said anything about different colors, and we're clearly seeing another color right there. What's going on? Can you explain? I mean, you're running your mouth all this time in the room. You're quiet now. What's going on? That's a different color. You just said in the video, you never said anything about a different color. So, magic question we have here for you today, Danny boy. How in the world are you shipping this? You did this video, right? How are you shipping this to customers? Because if you sit there and say, I didn't ship it to customers, we don't do our orders this way, then why is the video there? Why are you instructing your wife to do this detailed video if this video is not there? Where is this here? Or is this illusion or imagination? This video doesn't exist. We're all seeing an illusion. No, this video is here. So the question I'm asking you is, how are you shipping out the product if it doesn't require 4 containers? You will lose this in court hands down. Have your attorney call me. I'm going to give you 6 months. I gave you a week. You haven't got it done yet. That's another color right there.
Very nice. And she's just going to repeat the same thing that happened last time. You just try to move this around, get your roller getting wet, just kind of going back and forth across. As if you just go across your panel there, you'll saturate the roller. And then you're just going to try to make sure that you move the material around to coat the full screen.
Okay.
So while Kelly's rolling here and getting that done, see, I'm just going to cut you loose on your own.
Good luck with that.
All right, folks, so while Kelly's doing her thing,
Now, ask me a question. There's another color right there. That's 3 colors already. These are not the same color. You just said in your video a few minutes ago below that you never said anything about different colors, and we're counting different colors. We are not stupid at the end of the day, PARTAY. I know you feel that you're some kind of superhuman being at the end of the day, and you know better than everybody else. Let me tell you something, Mr. Dum Dum. Guess what? Those are displaying different shades right there, which makes those different colors. That's not the same paint. This demonstration does not look the same way as the one below. You're saying in the demonstration you never instructed anyone to paint the screen a different color. It's right there. You're instructing your wife to do it. How do you explain that? And then you go on and say you never said anything about containers. Even if you didn't say anything in containers, anybody with common sense, and hopefully you have it too, would know that if you're going to basically have 4 different colors, you're going to need 4 different containers. Duh. How do you not see that? And you're going to argue that with me at the end of the day. You're an idiot at the end of the day. I hate to call people stupid, but gee whiz, you got to be kidding me. You clearly sat there and said that. I told you, you remind me of that whole freaking Charlie Murphy where freaking Rick James went in with the muddy cowboy boots. And he sat there on camera and said, no, what do I look like? Grown man walking into Eddie's house with some muddy cowboy boots, messing up, I'm going to say the curse word, messing up his sofa. And then a couple minutes, he's like, yeah, I did it. He could buy another one. He's rich. That's literally what you just did. My goodness. Oh my goodness, this guy's funny. But anyway, this is what you're saying. And are you going to talk about your copyrights? You're going to sue me for saying you don't have copyrights? And if you have copyrights, show me. Show me your registration today. Put it up on your site. Show me your registration that you own the right to PARTAY. Show it to me. Because you can't. Go ahead and bring it to court. I'll turn around on you, get a lawsuit slapped against you in court because I can show at the end of the day that you ripped somebody else's name off and took their copyrighted name and named it yourself because you don't even own it. You don't even have paperwork for it. Go ahead. And while we're in court, you're talking about definition of character. What you know at the end of the day, that's what you're talking about? You mean to tell me as many times as you posted my pictures without my permission, slandering what I look like at the end of the day? Oh, please do. Please do, Karen. Please do. Matter of fact, I dare you. Get it done. I better have paperwork in 6 months. I better have a contact by attorney in 6 months. Get it done. I told you this about a week ago to get it done, and you still haven't done it. Chop, chop, chop. You're wasting my time. You're going to sue me? Get it done. Let's get it done. Because you don't have a leg to stand on. And then I will see your face. I will know your whereabouts. I will know where you live at even faster, and I'll get it taken care of even quicker. So go ahead. Play. But let's get back to this real quick right here. Danny's getting all upset. He's frustrated in the room. He's really upset because you sat there and you lied on camera. Not only is your product, you know, some of your product's not water paint. You just sat there and said you put distilled water in it. You just didn't say how much distilled water you put into it. Well, we clearly saw that already. And you sat there and said that your paint doesn't come in different colors. Well, Danny, can you tell? No, these are colors right here. So we already counted 3. Now let's get past this right here.
What's left in there? Roll that up. This set for a second. Come back. We'll put it in front of the fan there, let it dry, and then we'll be back. All right, guys, we're back. And
4.
So we're going for the 4th and final coat.
Look at the color of this one, Danny. It doesn't match the same color that it's being poured on. So guess what? At the end of the day, do I have to bring out chicken and rooster for you to explain this to you? Do I literally have to bring out chicken and rooster to explain this to you? Chicken and rooster, basically bring that up because Danny, for some reason, can't seem to get it to click. Something's not clicking in the brain. And we got to bring out chicken and rooster to explain it to him. Would you like me to get chicken and rooster? All right, want to try to keep this professional. I like bring chicken, it's not professional, but I will bring out chicken and rooster for you, okay? In case you need some help. If you want, man, I can redo this video for you. I'll put a bouncing ball across it with subtitles and everything for you if you're just not getting it in the day. You literally just sat there and said that this product doesn't come in 4 colors right here. And there it is right there. So if a customer is looking at this, and this video right here is based off all of this, including the chart, because you instruct her very carefully to pour this line across the screen when she's painting it in. But down here, you don't do this. You just right on there and just roll it all in and talk through the whole entire, that's what you do. So how, again, are you shipping this if it has 4 colors? You would need 4 containers to do it. That's how it works, PARTAY. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, man, you're 100% class Karen. Let's go back to what you just said here.
You'll do one coating from each container, and each one of those is a little bit different from the other. That's a complete damn lie. It's one 48-ounce container of whichever product you choose, and you're going to do 4 applications, 4 coats, right? So you can see that I'm stirring the material here. I'm going to pour it on and paint it in just a moment. But let's talk. You'll get 4 different containers. You'll do 1 products and the application process. So I'll cover them off just in little bits here, but you can see this is 1 container that I'm making here. Doesn't matter which mixture it is. If I remember correctly, I was using Vega Plus here. But really doesn't matter because it's 1 container. It'll be 1 48-ounce container of 1 product. You don't get 4 different containers. You don't get 4 48s, which is what he's told you out there, that you'll get 4 different containers. You'll do 1 coating from each container, and each one of those is a little bit different from the other. That's a complete damn lie. It's 1 48-ounce container of whichever product you choose, and you're going to do 4 applications, 4 coats, right? So you can see that I'm stirring the material here. I'm going to pour it on and paint it in just a moment. But let's talk first about why would...
So you clearly said, you never said anything about 4 colors, and we're looking at 4 colors. And this wouldn't involve 4 containers, but strictly you would see you need 4 containers, Partay. You're not seeing this. Okay, just wondering. Now, remember, you instructed your wife to basically do this perfect line, this line across here, because it's very important because you got this chart up here telling how it has to be done. It's based off everything, but for some reason, you don't do it here. But it's supposed to be so important that you do this. It's an important must that this has to be done, that this line must be in the screen, because you went into this whole thing about how it's the center to the middle. You even have a chart explaining it. Let's see if you follow the same instruction here.
Ken come up with that? Why would he state that? Because that was never stated any...
No. Because that's a bull crap. First things first, why in the world would I sit up there and pour a line down the side of my screen and have to put this measurement in, how many cups and blah, blah, blah? That's just a bunch of nonsense to make your product sound like more than it's not. How come you can't just pour it on and just paint it in? You're doing it. So you don't need to do that, apparently. There you go.
Anywhere within any of our videos, not once have we said that you would get 4 containers. We said that you would do 4 applications. Now, that's not a misconstruence.
Here comes the capitals.
Because it was never actually stated. It's just a lie. It's just a smear to try to scare people away from buying a PARTAY product.
PARTAY, first things first, no one can buy your products because they're always closed. Second, you just literally just said everything you're denying right here in the video. You're not seeing this. There are people now taking this video and they're mixing them together. So basically everything he says one thing, they put it there. So again, you just said it right there. Okay, let's move on.
By using things from a video that were never actually stated and making up his own little story to try to make it sound like it's going to be super complicated, and also that the...
Well, you seem to be having a hard time painting this screen. And I seen you just start from there. This line appeared right in the middle of the screen. Watch this.
Away from buying a PARTAY product by using things from a video that were never actually stated and making up his own little story to try to make it sound like it's going to be super complicated.
What the heck is that? That right there shows that the water that you have in that paint is not even taken to the surface. Look how many times you got to pass over the surface. When you take off on a roller, it's paint at the end of the day. It's still going to be there. It's going to be covered. If it's cheap watered down paint, it's not going to take. It's going to leave all kinds of marks and imperfections in the surface. And this is the problem that he's having.
And also that the whole thing was a lie. That's not the truth. So no 4 containers, no 4 colors. And as you can see,
all right, so you said no 4 containers, no 4 colors. Question, what's this? What is this video about? If you're saying you never said anything about colors, it has nothing to do with, and you won't need 4 containers, what is this video for? I'm just asking you a simple question. What is this video for? What's the purpose of this video? Because in this video, we see 4 colors. And common sense would tell you it comes in 4 containers. I'm asking you a simple question. What's the purpose of this video? Why is it here? I'm asking you a simple question. What's the purpose of the video? This is PARTAY with multiple accounts. These are his multiple accounts he uses. So hello, PARTAY, how you doing? Question again, I'm gonna ask you one more time. What's the purpose of the video? You're saying right here, you're stating it has nothing to do with colors, then what's the purpose of this video? Why is the video here? What's the purpose of it? What does it represent? Because not this video right here talks about everything and these instructions, including this sheet right here. This is why you're directing your wife to put the paint across. It's right here. All right, then. If it's right here, if this is what you're talking about, this is the instruction sheet that belongs to that first video, then what's the second one about? I don't have to slander you, PARTAY. At the end of the day, it's right there. I'm just pointing out you being a liar, because you are a liar. The problem with you is you're used to talking bullcrap. You're a bullcrap talker. That's what you are. A person who talks about a bull at the end of the day is used to talking so much nonsense, so many lies, that he's used to people believing his nonsense. And he gets upset if anybody questions what he got to say because he knows more than anybody else does. PARTAY, me a question. Who's been in this business longer, me or you? Answer your question. Who's been there longer, me and you? You can't answer that question, can you? I've been here longer than you. But anyway, PARTAY, I was here. You didn't even exist. Nobody knew who the freak you were. And all of a sudden you pop up, this new boy, went behind the ears, thinking you can own the town, and you own nothing. You don't even own the change in your pocket. You don't know what you're talking about on camera. Would you like me to dig a little more into your videos? Don't get upset. Back it up. I told you already. This stuff at the end of the day, any customer can go and match this stuff with house paint. Software gray will match this perfectly. Am I a liar? Go get the software gray and do the demonstration. It's a 1-coat application. Doesn't even require 4 coats. Now, again, we're not going to get off topic here with you. As I said before, you sat here and said you didn't say nothing about 4 colors, but we got 4 colors here. On top of that, if you can look at the paint, half of it's water. And the screen's having an extremely difficult time taking the coat. The reason why you require 4 applications because you put so much water. Tell me if I'm wrong here. You put so much water in the paint trying to make the texture seem fake, like it's a skin. It's a skin. It's a thin light coating. And the distilled water is put in there basically so it acts as a delivery system so it doesn't dry out. I buy your product, get it down here, pour all the water out of it, seal it up in a container, stick it in the next room. You're going to tell me if I go back in there the next day or 2 days from there, that paint's going to be dried out like powder? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? That's what I'm asking. Is that what you're saying? Yes or no? That's a lie. So when you finally open up your shopping carts, we'll come get your stuff. I'm going to test all those theories out. Let's finish this demonstration.
The application. Now, I'm actually going back and forth on this first panel a lot more because at the time I was actually doing the narration as a part of the video. And so I was talking and just kind of going back and forth. And right there, I realized I've just been going back and forth.
He's been going back and forth because it's not taken to the surface. That's why he's going back and forth. That's why he has to do so many passes over the screen because it won't take to the screen because he's weakening the paint by putting in too much water into the paint. That's why. A person can sit there and have a conversation and paint in a wall. Guess what? That paint's good. It's going to roll over whether he's talking in multiple languages, whether he's staring out the window, or whether somebody else is rolling it. It's still going to roll into the surface. That's not going to change how the performance of the paint may be a little sloppier because he's not concentrated on it, but it's not going to change whether it covers or not. That's because you're saying that because you're making up an excuse because by now it should have covered already. You should have never been painting over that surface that many times.
So essentially you just want to coat the screen with the material and then go back and do a pressured roll, a full pressured roll up and down. And then you're going to come back, and what I'm doing here is I'm doing half over. 3.
So you mean to tell me I'm painting the screen? I got to come back in. I got to do a full roll, then a pressure roll, then a light roll on the same surface with the same application. And I'm doing this 4 times in a row? No, we're not doing this. We are not doing this. Nobody else is going to do this. And this is only a 2x3 surface. Who the freak in their right mind is going to paint this to a 100 inch screen? Did you see what your drying time in here? Your drying time is 5 to 7 days. You can't even wipe the screen down until 24-hour passes. Tell me if I'm not lying. Tell me if I'm not lying. Does it say it right here? It's not your drying time. It cures in the process by which the screen releases oxygen and continues to dry internally, as polymers do, over about a period of 5 to 7 days. It's right there. Because of this, it is recommended that you not wipe or clean the surface until 24 hours. I gotta wait 24 hours to wipe a screen down. And an additional 5 to 7 days. You got it right there. What are you arguing about? This is your website. Did you not write this down here, right here? What are you arguing about? Or what are you arguing about? What are you mad about? Did you wrote this? See what I mean, people? We show them this stuff. This stuff is right off their website. And they get mad and they get upset and they get angry. Oh, I'm going to sue you, I'm going to do this, blah, blah. You're not doing jack at the end of the day. You wrote this, it's on your website. Just like Crow got mad and got upset because we showed videos of him in the videos showing receipts of him painting in network grade 773 and matching the screen. He got upset over that. He got angry because we showed off demonstrations of a video how to make the 2.0 for free. His own video. He got mad over that. He got upset because we asked him in the Frankenstein, what do you mean by you can't use it in your regular home? Can you explain this to us? He got mad and upset over that. He got mad because we caught him with Google Images, taking images off Google and try to claim it like his own pictures. He got mad at that. You guys do this dumb stuff to yourself all day long, and you get mad when other people put you on blast. You should be put on blast. You're fakes at the end of the day. The people on eBay we see that work hard and make good products at the end of the day, you jokers make them look bad. Your stuff is trash, and that's what it is. These videos are absolutely horrible. Look at how many times you had to pass over that surface, and that surface is still black. It's still showing signs of the black pushing through. And you passed over that multiple times. If I took basic bare 1050, I would have hit that one time, been done already that fast. And the reason why is because you got all that water in the paint.
Easy steps. Coat the surface, do a pressure roll to spread or make sure that the material is thinned out. And then you're going to come back and do your...
Look how horrible that looks. You passed over that surface that many times and it looks that blotty.
Soft roll, half over. And
look at that. That's absolutely
if you look
horrible.
Here, you can see that you're...
Explain that, Partay. Why does it look like that? You know how many passes you just went over top that surface? There's no way in the world it should look that awful. You know why it looks that bad, people? You see those little beads right there? That's the water that can't mix with the paint. That's what's happening. I would be scared to death to paint this on a motorized projection screen. Gee whiz.
A uniform color. And that's not the point. That's the difference. That's where this varies from a paint.
You mention this nonsense in court, you want to get hit with fraud charges to left and right. You're just selling watered down paint. Tell me if I'm not wrong. Do you have water in your paint? And you're going to tell me, go to court and say it acts as a delivery system. Man, I will bust you on that so fast it's not even funny. I will take your paint, like I said, drain all the water out of it, stick it in a container, and put it into a room, come back a week later, it'll still be paint at the end of the day. You said in the video acts as a delivery system so the paint doesn't dry out, right? So if that's your test, if that's what you're going to use in court to back yourself by saying that he's lying, he's saying that the water is damaging the paint that I'm putting in there at the end of the day. Look at this mess at the end of the day. That's nasty. But you're saying that it doesn't have to be in there. I can take network gray and run right over top of your screen and be done that fast, that quick. And I bet you'll have the same results. You want to play with me on that? You want to play with me on that? But when you finally open up one of them dinky shopping carts over there, don't worry, I'll have my people come pick it up. Because if I pick it up, you cancel from the door. PARTAY, I gave you $700 worth of my money. Did you keep it? I'm going to ask you a question. Did you keep the money? Yes or no? Did you keep the money? All right, then. You didn't keep the money. You're sitting there ranting and carrying. You didn't keep it. So, it's your fault at the end of the day. You could have had it. Because it's your money. I gave it to you.
That you're not looking to try to get a uniform coat the first time out of the gate. What our consumers know is that all you need to do is follow the instructions. Follow the instructions, and in your 4 coats, you're going.
So you're not trying to get a uniform coat. That's what you're getting at. Let me tell you something, PARTAY, about customers at the end of the day. Customers who have never painted a screen before, confidence level is going to be very low. The last thing they want to see is for them to paint a screen and it has very bad results. And if it has very, very, very bad results from the door, I mean, that confidence level is going to drop dramatically. You're doing this the wrong way. It's so that when you paint the screen and it has good results, so you can build the customer's confidence in painting the screen that they can do this. You tear this away. This is the opposite way. So if I'm painting the screen and I get that kind of results from the door, and I'm going to call you up and say, look, this is not turning out so well. I need to get my money back. I'm not comfortable with this. You're going to sit there and try to coach me. Oh, but you got to paint a couple more coats, and you got to do a light coat, then a heavy coat, and then you roll over there. They don't want to hear that crap. Some of them don't want to hear it. They want to see results right from the door. They don't want to be bothered with it. So already, I know this stuff is not selling. Nobody in the right mind. And if you tell anybody at the end of the day, are you going to do 4 coats? And the way you explain it, it's not 4 coats and coat the screen, boom, coat the screen, boom, coat the screen, boom, coat the screen, boom, and be done. It's coat the surface and hit that thing 13 to 27 times over and over and over again. You want me to count them? I can count your rows for you. Let's count the rows.
Going to end up having a uniform color, uniform look about the screen. But you're going to put on 4 applications because you're building.
You didn't even cover the screen all the way. You got parts of the screen you didn't even cover correctly. That stuff doesn't even take well. But let's count how many times you pass over a screen.
An optical layering system. No one ever said anything about fusion. There was never any conversation about layers needing to fuse.
Now, when we get done watching this, we're going to go over to the video where you match the wall in your theater room. You went through all this to come on here and lie, said things you said you didn't say, what you clearly did say, because in the next video, and then the video below it, you match the wall. Can you explain that one too?
Oops. Okay, so we'll come back.
So look how badly that looks.
But you can see that this is now dried, and you can see the pattern still there. Everything's still there from the first coat. And then we're going.
That's nasty. That is very nasty. You went over that screen that many times and you can still see the black coming through. God forbid if somebody's painting this on the wall and the wall is, oh, I forgot, they can't paint it on the wall. You require for them to pour a line across the screen first before they can paint it. So what we're going to do, I'm going to rip the whole entire wall out, lay it on the ground, and then roll it across, because by that whole system that you have with the line, how would that even work? Bigger question meant to ask you, how would this work with the paint sprayer? What are you going to do, spray a line into the screen and then... That doesn't make any sense. You're saying right there you have to put this line in the middle of the screen. How would that work if you're painting this on the wall? Well, I'm thinking about that. Okay, no response back. See what I mean? There we go. Let's move on.
Going to do a second coat, okay? And you just follow the same instructions. Now, the reason that Ken feels so threatened by this is because, once again, as you saw in yesterday's video, where he was trying to state that once you paint a very soft and stretchy material, that it's going to get hard and you're never going to get it back over a frame. That is a lie, at least for PARTAY products. For paint, I agree with that, because paint will stiffen. That's what paint does. You get...
Did you hear what you just said, PARTAY? Listen to what you just said. Listen very carefully what you just said.
For PARTAY products, for paint, this is because, once again, as you saw in yesterday's video, where he was trying to state that once you paint a very soft and stretchy material, that it's going to get hard and you're never going to get it back over a frame. That is a lie.
Now you just said, because I said that once you paint over a screen because it has a soft PVC surface, that you're not going to be a stretched over frame. Partay, how many fixed frame screens do you own? Because I have quite a lot of them. I've tested about just about all of them. But how many do you have? We just got finished watching a video demonstration on 158-inch 235.1. I have quite a lot of them. So I know I've actually assembled quite a lot of them. I can basically put down all the different fixed frame screens that I've assembled on YouTube compared to how many you have assembled. You want to go down that road? You want to do a video comparison on how much I know over you? I don't think you do, because you would get embarrassed. But if you want to do that, I can basically post all the screens I've ever assembled on YouTube Live. What about you? Can you do that? No, you can't. So what you're telling me, you don't know much about it. You don't know the fact that when you buy fixed frame screens, they're not all the same. Some actually are made out of metal and some are made out of aluminum. You know about the whole spring system, right? You don't know about that, do you? Can I ask you a question? Do you know about the spring system when it comes to springs, the difference between which ones have short springs and long springs? Do you know anything about that? You know anything about the peg systems that they use? Anything about that whatsoever? Or sometimes that the plastic corners can be made of a mixture of plastic and metal and they can snap on you when you're actually connecting your screen. You know anything about that at all, period? Some of these screens you may buy at the end of the day, they are not basically cut correctly, which means they didn't follow them. So basically when you slap those metal corner pieces in them, they don't fit correctly, because they didn't do a proper job of following them out correctly. So I've had the opportunity of basically testing out all these screens and knowing exactly the pros and cons of it, when you don't know jack at the end of the day. But let's move on. Now let's see right here. You made a statement about, let's go take a look at cancellations. How many times did you cancel late from me, Partay? Oh, by the way, I'm still requesting, you said that I canceled out on orders. You said I canceled an order. Can you show me the receipt tomorrow? I want to see, and don't make a fake one. Don't do like Solid Way 5. I want to see the receipt of the, when you said you were walking around your backyard that I canceled on you. Can you show me that receipt? It's on your computer. I can dig up receipts from way back. Can you show me that receipt? Because if you can't show me the receipt, that means you're a grown man walking around in your backyard making false accusations that don't exist. So I'm asking you right now, it's not triggered. I'm asking you a simple question. Can you show me the receipt? So that's what Karens do. Usually when you basically confront Karens, they will get defensive. They will go, oh, you're triggered. Oh, you're upset. No, a simple question. Do you see me yelling? I ask you a simple question. Can you show me the receipt? If you say I canceled an order, if you purchased from my website and you said I canceled, can you show me the receipt? Have it tomorrow. Have it tomorrow. Post it to your website, because I will go to your website tomorrow. Have it on your website tomorrow. Show this cancel receipt of me canceling from you. I want to see it. So all I'm asking. I'm asking nothing more or less. Just show me the cancel receipt. That's all you got to do. If you're going to make these statements, you're going to have to back it up. So I want to see a cancel receipt. I asked you I'm not going, why would I go to your, I don't go to your live sites. You know, I want to go to your lives because if you guys are lying in here this badly, if you guys can't back your products up, you know, like I said, look at the nonsense. You guys are matching house paint. You're still selling products. You're selling Google images. You got a product that's half water at the end of the day. It's poor applications. You got freaking, your name doesn't belong to you. It belongs to some fellow in freaking London, England. Your logo doesn't belong to you. It belongs to some freaking, it belongs to an airline, a transportation service that was founded in 1945. You were founded you claim in 2017. Why would I go into your forum site? All you guys do is lie all day long. You don't back anything up at all. So why would I even go in there and entertain the thought of talking to you at the end of the day? Why would I burn a brain cell and come and have a conversation with you? You can't answer basic questions. I asked you right from the door. I don't have to come to your site to get a receipt. You're saying I got to go to a live to get a receipt? No, go to your email, dig up the receipt that you claim that I canceled an order and post it directly to your website. And I'll be there tomorrow morning on your website to see this receipt. That's all you got to do. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to the blacklist and I'm going to post every single receipt when you canceled from me right at the bottom. You want to go down that road? We can do it right now. Where's the receipt? Because if at the end of the day, if I'm going to say someone canceled, I'm going to have proof to back it up. I'm not going to fake that. That's not the kind of person I am. I don't do that stuff at the end of the day. That's y'all. Y'all do that stuff. So show me this canceled receipt. I would love to see it. But we're not seeing it. PARTAY is upset and mad. And what are you mad about? What are you angry about? What are you so angry about? What are you mad about? What are you mad and angry about? Hide behind the camera? What are you talking about hide behind the camera? PARTAY, you and Crow knew I lived there for 4 years. Big old blue house. It looks like a Smurf. You had my address. I gave you my address over 7 times. I gave you my address. I gave the address to Crow 19 times. You knew where I was living at. You never popped over. You never came down to see me. Nothing. I was right there. You cowards at the end of the day didn't put your real addresses in because you were afraid at the end of the day. PARTAY, you canceled your orders right from the door, and we know why. You don't want me knowing where you live at, but don't worry about that. That's what we got an investigator for, to find out where you live at so we can bring it to court. But we're not talking about that. We're not having this discussion right now. I know you want this discussion. We're not having it. I asked you a simple question. Have my receipt tomorrow on the website. We will go in tomorrow morning. We will check the website to see where my receipt's at. Well, you claim that I canceled this order. I want to see it. What's so hard about that? What's so hard about asking for that? What's the problem? You made the claim. You walked around the backyard and said, I canceled, right? Then show me my receipt. Because I'll show you yours. All right, let's move on then.
At least for PARTAY products. For paint, I agree with that. Because paint will stiffen. That's what paint does. You get paint chips. You'll never get a
Let's go back to this back lie you just told.
Back over a frame. That is a lie. At least, so threatened by this is because, once again, as you saw in yesterday's video, where he was trying to state that once you paint a very soft and stretchy material, that it's going to get hard and you're never going to get it back over a frame. That is a lie. At least for PARTAY products. For paint, I agree with that. The reason that Ken feels so threatened by this is because, once again, as you saw in yesterday's video, where he was trying to state that once you paint a very soft and stretchy material, that it's going to get hard and you're never going to get it back over a frame. That is a lie. At least for PARTAY products. For paint, I agree with that. Because paint will stiffen. That's what.
Now, PARTAY, you backtracked on that one. And let me tell you something else too. You know why your paint won't stiffen? Because you got a lot of water in it. That's why. Tell me it's not a lot of water. I'll do that theory for you. I'll buy your product. I'll paint it over a screen. I'll paint the other one. I'll paint a screen. And I'll prove that all I have to do is, if your product stretches over the frame, which it should because it has that water in it. So what I'll do is I'll make 2 versions of it. I'll make your product with water in it. I'll take bare silver screen, mix it with some black paint, throw a whole bunch of water in it, and I'll do the exact same thing. And I'll bet you I'll mimic your demonstration with that and stretch it over top of a frame, showing it's the water that you put into it allows it to do that. That's why you keep saying keywords in your demonstrations. It's not a paint. It's a thin-like formula. That's what it is. It's a skin. It's just watered down paint. That's all it is, with a bunch of water in it. That's why it's having a really hard time taking to the surface here. You just painted over this surface and you can still see the black pushing through because the product is watered down.
What paint does. You get paint chips. You'll never get a chip out of this. This will never get hard enough to chip. It's a flexible material. That's what it's designed to do. And it terrifies him because he can't understand what's happening with the product.
Oh, I know what's going on.
I'm saying it again because he only knows paint and color. That's the only things. So he decided that it was in his best interest as a competitor to lie about another competitor's application process, as well as the product itself. Because you hear him consistently say that my product is nothing more.
Now, if you read the comments below, you can see questions that I've been asked of them, they never answer. It's a lot of ranting. So I told you from the beginning of the video, we open up the mic. We want you to see how these people react. They don't come in here with any form of common sense. They don't answer any questions. It's a lot of ranting. That's what it is. And we're just showing their videos of what they said. Why are you so upset? That's what first people see when they watch these demonstrations and they see all this ranting at the bottom. The question they ask is, why are you upset? These are your videos. Did you not make them? All right, then. What's the problem? And again, where's that straight line? You instructed your wife to do this very detailed straight line, and you're just splattering this stuff in, which means at the end of the day that whole chart system and that's bull crap. That's just nonsense. You don't have to do it. Just pour the paint on there and be done, like he's doing.
Okay. Now, I would remind you that Kenneth has never seen a PARTAY product face to face.
Well, I wonder why we haven't seen a PARTAY product face to face, because you keep canceling the orders because you're afraid. What does that say, PARTAY, right there? That says refund, refund. Doesn't that say right there? No, I'm just saying, look, man, if you're going to talk about me having I canceled an order, then I want to see it. This is your cancel order right there. What's the problem? Why are you upset? Didn't you cancel these orders? I got it right here. Canceled order right there by PARTAY. Right there. That's the date right there when it was canceled. There it is right there. That's the order number. That's what we ordered right there. What happened? What happened? I'll back it up. See, that's the thing about me and you at the end of the day. Y'all talk a lot of trash. I back it up. So I'm in here showing the video. PARTAY is a fellow by the name of PARTAY Mixes or Screams or whatever you want to call it in the day. Basically, we put him on blast. We brought him in the room, put him on blast. You can see he's triggered, he's cursing, he's carrying on, he's yelling. That's what he's doing. A lot of capitals. So in these videos, basically, we can show cancellations where PARTAY has canceled multiple orders because he can't back his products up. You can see by the container that this is a lot of water in these paints that he's making. The paints are having a very difficult time covering the black surface. He states in the video he never said anything about colors, but there's a video right over top of him that's stating he instructs his wife to basically paint in 4 applications and all of them are different colors. And he says, I said nothing about 4 containers, so how are you shipping this? Because I've never seen anybody walk into a Home Depot or Lowe's and say, hey, give me 3 colors and put them in 1 container. Never seen that. So they have to come in 4 containers. How are they shipping them? And then he's saying that this video has nothing to do with this video, though. This is the video you instructed the people to do. This is what you're saying. Then what's the purpose of this video? Why is this even here? Because there's 2 colors right here. We counted 4. There's 2 right here. So what's the purpose of this video? And this whole video is based on everything you have here on your website. So what's the purpose of it? But you want to get frustrated, you want to get angry and upset and say someone slandered you. How am I slandering you? This is your own words right here. All right, let's move on. Let's count how many times you have to pass this ruler over the screen.
He's never had it. So how would he know that it's just a house paint? But that's what he's doing. He's definitively stating that it's nothing more than a house paint. Now, folks, he's also...
Let's go ahead and put the count in real quick.
That Kenneth has never seen.
We can't count as he's covering the screen. He has to cover the screen first, then he has to do the paint. That's how we count how many times he's hit this surface.
A PARTAY product face to face. He's never had it. So how
come we never had the product, PARTAY? I gave you $700. I even bought the samples. I bought your $20 sample. I bought your $40 sample. I bought all your screen paints. So I'm asking you again. How come we never had it? Oh, okay, you canceled the orders right there. It's shown right there. I can pull up your orders right there. You canceled every last one of them.
How would he know that it's just a house paint? But that's what he's doing. He's definitively stating that it's nothing more
to do the count.
than a house paint.
Okay,
now, folks, he's also
had it covered by now.
Told you that it contains Vaseline. Now, he's tried it in a couple of subsequent...
Now, you said that your product doesn't have any kind of Vaseline, any kind of body gel. That's what you're saying? Is that what you're going with? You want to go with that one right there? You really want to go with that one? What does this say right here, PARTAY? What does that say? That's you right there, right? That's matter of fact, that's not even you, because PARTAY is owned by somebody else. I keep forgetting. That's another guy. England owns the right to that. So we can call you Watered Down. Watered Down, because you don't own this. It's not you. You don't own the right to PARTAY. Somebody owns that. You don't. So we call you Watered Down, because that's what your paints are, watered down. Look at this right here. I'm gonna just call you Hobby Boy. Whatever you want to call it in the day, that's what it is. And no disrespect, I can't call you that because you don't own the right to that name. So we just call you Hobby Boy. All right, Hobby Boy, look at this. Oh no, just call you Danny because your name is Danny. All right, Danny, look at this right here. See this right here? See the ingredients you have right here? What does it say right here? Do you see right here where it says 1/4 cup of body gel? Do you see that? Do you know what body gel is? It's a very oil-like substance. It's like a kind of oil Vaseline. That's what it is. Look at the name right there. Look at the web address right there. Isn't that your website right there? That's you right there, right? Asking people to please share, right? All right then. Don't come on here talking some nonsense at the end of the day saying that, I never said this and never said that. It's right there. Right there on your YouTube channel. You have it right there posted. Ingredients. And one of the ingredients in it is body gel. And that's not lotion, by the way. All right then. Stop lying so much. I keep putting you on blast for doing dumb stuff all the time. Here we go.
Videos to turn it to vegetable oil, but he always comes back to Vaseline. But the whole point is to introduce.
Now here we go with the count.
Something malicious.
1.
Right? He's trying to tell
2,
you that there's a component that's
3,
in our mixtures that shouldn't be.
4.
The problem is that it's not there to begin
5.
with. It never has been there. There's never
6,
been Vaseline. We've told you what most
7,
of the components are. They're not
8,
Vaseline, and it's just with malicious
9,
intent. He tells you that.
10,
Think of it in the context
11,
of the CEO of Pepsi
12,
coming out and making a public statement
13,
that Coca-Cola has started
14,
putting something into their product
15,
that will hurt people.
16,
But it not being true. What do you think is going to happen? 17. Truth is, PARTAY products are nothing
18,
like he describes.
19,
It is a completely unique product.
20,
And Mr. Bird
21,
has claimed that he knows exactly
22,
what's in it, exactly what's going on,
23,
and yet has never seen it.
23.
in person. Never.
It goes higher than
So
that.
what Ken has essentially
23.
done is moved.
He passed over that screen 23 times. That surface should have never been passed over 23 times. The reason why he's passing over the screen because it's not taken because of the water. See those black little spotty areas right here? It's not taken. He can't get it to take. That's why he needs for you to paint the screen in 4 times. That's why. It's like having watered down house paint, trying to paint a room, and it's looking blotchy. You got to go over it over and over again, which is a headache to get it to cover up. That's 23 times.
From speculate.
It's not speculations, man. Right there, you just said right there, body gel. What do you think that is at the end of the day? It's on your instructions. It's right there. All right then, stop complaining.
Into defamation.
23.
Slandered our product. All with the intent to try to scare people away.
So I slandered your product by saying that you don't need 4 containers, that your product comes in different colors, that it doesn't have has Vaseline in it, which we proved it does. And it's house paint. It is house paint. You want to prove that it's not house paint, PARTAY? How about this? Instead of you talking all this trash right now, like I said, once you back it up, how about you go out and get some black and white paint, you mix that together, put half of that with water in it, and paint it over your screen, paint it next to your screen. How about that? And how about you, that whole distill water nonsense? How about you drain the water out of there, seal it up? Matter of fact, I don't trust you with that because you would do something stupid at the end. I know you. Bottom line is, we'll have to do it. But if we can ever get a hold of your product, can you keep a shopping cart open at least when one of my people can come and buy from you today? Because you can't even keep your site open. 23 is the count.
From buying.
Let's see if we get more.
Now, as you can see here, we just finished our second coat. So part of that process, whenever you finish a coat, when you look at the screen, what you're going to see is a lot of little bubbles, right? So keeping in mind, this is more like using plastic.
This is a lie right here. Another lie. Bubbles. The bubbles is coming from the water that for some reason can't fuse. We know why it can't fuse to the paint that is oversaturated with too much water.
Or resins. So you're going to get some bubble creation. Now, generally in resins, that's a big bad thing to happen, right? So you want to try to keep that from happening as much as possible. That's part of the
Partay, if you explain this nonsense in court, the judge is going to laugh his head off. This is the dumbest thing I ever heard in my entire life. Do me a favor. Open up a form site at AVS Forms. Explain this nonsense in there. I'll pop in there with my crew. Show this video. Upload it at AVS Forms. Tell me where you're going to be at. I'll be there. And explain this nonsense in AVS Forms and see if they don't laugh at you in there. Go ahead. I'll join it with no problem. I'll be in there to watch. That's all I'm asking. Yes or no? I'm asking you yes or no. Are you going to do this? Okay, look. We'll go in there. We'll check it's in Screen Paint. Do-it-yourself Forms is in there. Let's see if he's in there. He's not going to go in there because no one's going to believe this nonsense. It's the dumbest thing I've heard in my entire life. The bubbles.
And design of this material is that what doesn't work for resins works very good for this, because what happens is that all those bubbles will pop. The material is going to self-level itself to some degree, but what's going to happen is you're going to see these randomized patterns of material that overlap each other. And it is the randomized diffusion, randomized reflectivity, and transmission that really makes PARTAY products hum. As we told you before, there's not a drop of house paint.
You're rolling this screen again after you just hit this surface 23 times? Gee whiz. So that means basically for the customer, this is what's going to happen. Paint this to a 100-inch screen. You will not be going one coat over it. You'll be passing this screen 23 times, including the additional times you had to roll over screen again. So that's like 23 times per application. Who the right mind's going to do that crap? That's just too much work, man.
In PARTAY products, all of our toners, okay, so we make our own toner, which is part of the mixture, and that toner is based upon inks, not paint.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's ink, all right. Sure. Sure. I can't wait to get your stuff down here, boy. We're going to break this thing down. Not paint.
Okay, and here you can see the second coat is dry. Just turn the fan off. You can still see.
Look how all that painting, and look how awful that looks. That's a lot of work to be painting down on the screen. Okay, PARTAY, you said, hold on for a minute, let me show you something real quick. We can go back here for a minute. You said 3 coats, right? You said 4 coats? 4 coats, right?
And today I am here, as promised, to cover the lies, and I say that specifically.
All that water in that paint. That is just a crying shame.
The lies that Crystal Edge Technology Screens has actually put out about PARTAY's products and the application process.
Now, I'm going to say this real quick before I go here. Are you sure you want to go down this road? You said 4. 4, right? So I should see the same 4 in your application for the screen paints, right? You said 4 here in the instructions. I should see 4 here also too in the screen paint instructions, right?
So I'll cover them off just in little bits here, but you can see this is one container that I'm making here. Doesn't matter which mixture it is. If I remember correctly, I was using Vega Plus here. But really doesn't matter because it's one container. It'll be one 48-ounce container of one product.
All right, then what the heck did you just paint over top of us? What was that over there? If it's 148, is those different colors from each individual screen paint that you make, and that's what it is? So how do you explain what went on over top?
You don't get 4 different containers. You don't get 4 48s, which is what he's told you out there, that you'll get 4 different containers. You'll do one coating from each container, and each one of those is a little bit different from the other. That's a complete damn lie.
Man, you got to have mental problems. That's the only way I can chalk it up. You gotta have a mental problem. You just clearly just sat there and said, and we saw different colors. So I guess we all are seeing things. We all must be seeing the same color up there, two people. That's what's wrong. Our brains are broken. Partay's the only one that's right. He didn't say four colors. We're on the other video. We didn't see four colors being painted down by his wife. We didn't see anything. It was all the same color. That's what he wants us to believe.
It's one 48-ounce container of whichever product you choose, and you're going to do 4 applications.
You know, are you sure you want to go with that? 4 applications, right? That's what you're telling them. You said 4 applications here. You said 4 applications here. Let's see what it says on your website. If you said 4 applications in there, you don't even know your own product at the end of the day. That's pretty sad. So let's go over here. Let's see what we got going on. So sold out, huh? Didn't you make that excuse about how you're closed? Oh, I can't wait to pull that one up. Yeah. Let's go see right here. 4 applications. Just grab any one of these. Let's go down here and see what it says. Easy McCheesy. What's that Easy McCheesy? Did he remove it? Did he remove it? Remember, you know we get copies of everything, right? Let's see if PARTAY removed it. See if he went and removed it. Here you go. Easy, cheesy, 3-step application process. Instruction, applications, steps, and videos provided here on the website. Ah, you don't even know your own instructions. Wow, you just got finished telling people in the videos it has to be 4. Over here you have 3. While we're in here, let's have a conversation about your specification sheet real quick. What the freak is that? How do you have 2 gains on your screen paint? So you're claiming, how does that work? Can you explain to us how does it work that you have 2 gains on your screen paint? I have never seen a projection screen or anything with 2 gains. That's like having a projector that says it's 720p and 1080p at the same time. Which one is it? That's not possible. Right over here, you say that your 48 ounces paints up to 120-inch screen. Up to. Up to means no more. Only up to 120. But the problem we have here, you have measurements for 150-inch. How are you going to have 150-inch if you say up to 120? In both video demonstrations, you never mentioned anything about 150-inch paint, but you have it right here. Let's go find out and see where it's at. Applications. Let's go right here where it says right here. For 120 to 150-inch, use 1 1/4 cup. So how is that possible? How are you going to be to paint a 150-inch screen if you max out at 120? Where are you getting the extra paint at? Where are you getting the extra container from? You only mentioned a 48. You didn't mention any other containers. It's only 48s on there. So where are you getting that from? And it's just, you wrote it. I'm not making this up. It's right there. You wrote it. What are you mad about? Did you not write this right here? All right then. Question I'm asking you. Where are you getting the size for the paint that at? Because you have up to 48 is up to 120. That's the max. Where is for the one? What container are you using for a 50-inch, 150-inch screen? What container? What size container are you using? See how quiet it's gotten, people? You didn't tell the truth. This is all mumbo jumbo. This is all a lie. This is all a lie. Nothing but a lie. So you went through all this crap to end up doing this. All that. All those instructions, all that nonsense, all that bull talking about upstreams and polymers and all that nonsense just to turn around and match the wall in your theater room that only required 1 coat and 1 passing. Pretty sure. So let's look at this PARTAY.
Hey folks, Danny here at PARTAY. So want to cover off, now this is a panel that I'm going to show you that Kelly, my wife, rolled last night as an example, just to give you a display of somebody who doesn't roll these.
You know what color that is, PARTAY? I'm going to show you. Sherman-Williams Software Gray. That's the color you just displayed just a few minutes ago. I literally could go in and basically make your paint with just one application of Sherwin-Williams software gray. I'm going to ask you a question. Have you done the test to prove that this is not so? Asking you a simple question. Have you done the proof? On my test demonstrations, I have my test demonstrations against black paint, black fabric, you name it. I have so many more test demonstrations than you. It's not even funny. Where are your test demonstrations at? Have you done this test already? What's the difference between your product and the software CROW1176? What's the difference? Can you show us that demonstration tomorrow? I'm looking forward to seeing it. So let's get back to your demonstration here.
Things. So she said her tagline was, "So easy an amateur can do it." So, well, what I'm showing you here is that the actual panel that she painted has a lot of creases and seams where this isn't just a cheap foam panel. I think we picked it up $1.
Big question is, PARTAY, why as a customer would I go in there and paint that nightmare in 4 times when I can do it one coat with the same color paint? Why? Can you show me a difference?
General, and it has divots and things like that in it. But for this video, and I'm going to have 2 that are going to be surfaces or substrates as we refer to them. So your substrate, regardless of whatever it is, okay, and we'll cover different types of stuff, general categories.
Why don't you look at the wall right here?
Regardless of whatever it is, you're going to want to paint it on a flat surface. In other words, you're going to want to make sure that it lays on a very rigid, flat surface.
So explain this, PARTAY. Why are you matching the wall in your theater room?
One step in it where you're just going to put a little bit of pressure, right? And if you have, say, a screen that you made that's a pine frame or something along those lines.
Is that painted with your screen paint too?
You put material on it, you painted that material. When you lay it flat, the material on either side of your middle bar is going to sag. And even if you have 2 bars in the back, it's still going to sag a little bit whenever you try to put pressure on your screen. So my recommendation is that if you go to paint or repaint our formula on top of a painted screen, you're going to want to remove the screen from the frame and paint it. Let it do its thing and then reattach it. Okay, and this stuff is very flexible. So
let me tell you something. That is a freaking headache. I'm gonna sit there and take a 150-inch screen, 120, 100 in, take the entire thing apart to paint a screen in when anybody else can just basically leave the thing assembled, pad the back of the bar, which I've painted multiple screens on so many levels, pad the back of the bar, take the frog tape and just tape around the freaking frame, paint it in, dry it, be done. Done. I'm not putting that thing together again. I did it the first time. Why would I try and put the thing together again the second time? That's stupid. And then you're going to turn around, you're going to mark the screen up, trying to stretch it back over the frame. You tell anybody that nonsense in the day, they will laugh in your face. So you mean to tell me that thing we got up on the wall, you want me to take that thing down, take it apart, paint it, and put it back together? You know how dumb that sounds? Then someone saying at the end of the day, hey, all you got to do is just basically just take the frame. You can leave it on the wall. I've actually painted screens on the wall. But you can take it down, basically pad the back of the bar, take your frog tape and tape your border, paint it in, dry it, done, put it back up. You're finished. Who the freak's going to take that thing apart and put it back together? Now no one's going to do that crap for that paint. Let's look at this right here. Look at this. Now everything you just saw him talk about, the substrains, the polymers, and how it's painted different paint, and how it's this, that, and the other. It's not a paint at the end of the day. It's a different formula. It's funny because you're matching the wall right here that's actually paint.
It'll give you plenty of flex. It doesn't dry rigid or anything like that. But let's talk about surfaces. So my recommendation would be to use a manufactured screen, a cheap one. Find you a fixed frame screen, white, just a cheap manufactured screen, say something like an IKEA. Show Maven makes a good one. As a matter of fact, the last 2 that I've used were Show Maven, and those I bought for church screens, 120 inch, and I think the total cost with tax and everything.
Let me just explain to you about Show Mavens, which I've had here. Show Maven is a nice screen, but it is a heavy freaking screen. Every time I had to take that thing upstairs, it was the equivalent of carrying a car door. And I'm not talking about a car door that's made out of plastic. I'm talking about a car door that's made out of steel. That's what it felt like carrying that thing. Now, an Elite screen, that's a nice screen at the end of the day. Not a big fan of Elite Screen, but I do like how they build their screens. They are amazing. So anyway, I had a 126-inch edgeless Elite Screen. I was able to carry that thing down to the driveway with one hand. There's a difference. Trust me, there's definitely a difference. You anchor Elite Screen on the wall, easy. The anchor is Showmaven, yeah, yeah.
Everything was still just a little under $150, so
That's a heavy
not a
screen.
very expensive screen. Zero
Look at
edge
this.
screen,
Look at this. It's matching
and
his wall.
phenomenally for what we need it for. If you are planning to use a manual pull down or a motorized projection screen, I'm going to ask that you hold off. The reason being is because
Listen to
we
this.
haven't had the opportunity to test that. Now I've ordered one as of last night, so it should be coming probably sometime this weekend or early next week, and we'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to let it cure. This material cures over about a 7-day period, so I'm going to let
7 days. So you paint a motorized screen, you have to wait 7 days for the screen to cure. 7 days, a week. What you getting mad about, PARTAY? Didn't you just say in the video 7 days? You just said it. All right then. All right. 7 day.
allow it to cure that full time, and then we'll run it.
Who the freak gonna wait 7 days for a screen to dry? We got black motorized projection screens we paint on the same day and display them on the same day, open and close. 7 days? Gee whiz, man.
Test and make sure that there's no issues. I don't expect any with any kind of motorized screen or pull down screen, primarily because if you watch the Screen Innovations video, you'll notice when they talk about the black border, how they print that on there, because...
All right, PARTAY, this is where I'm gonna embarrass you again. There's no screen company that puts on a border. It's virtually impossible because, again, this is off-center, basically the screen being contracted into the casing. You couldn't do it with a manual. You would jam it up, and you're definitely not doing it with motor. Every single screen is printed on. Oh, he has to be educated. 1.1 aspect ratio projection screen. So let's pull up the old timies. The 1.1. That's a 1.1 right there. The 1.1s came out right around the time when people were using 35mm film. Way before you had all that other cool stuff, they had this. This is a 1.1. And these screens have always had these ones that came with the tripod you would pull up. This is a 1.1. This is what they look like. This is before the 4.3. PARTAY, I'm going to educate you right here. You might want to pull out some paper and write this down because this is going to help you out a lot. Yeah! Idiot. You don't know jack at the end of the day. This is a 1.1 aspect ratio screen. Do you look at the border? The border is not printed on. Do you know that's not printed on? There you go. It's not printed on at all, period. They've never printed, they printed them on. They have never gone in and basically put a velvet border around a screen. Never. So what he's trying to tell you in this video, that his coating's so thin that you don't have to worry about jamming and damaging the motor. Let me explain something to you, PARTAY. I painted a lot of screens. And I painted screens that had 13 and 14 coats. As a matter of fact, the 4 screens that I did customize, they were not only painted on the screen, but the border around themselves had custom artwork attached to them. And they were painted 7 and 8 times. And they never had a problem with jamming up whatsoever. And those were cheap eBay $68 motorized projection screens. And they never had one problem whatsoever. So what you're telling is nothing but lies. Let's get back to your little lie here. So the 1.1 35mm was around before Elite Screen was ever thought of, before a diamond was ever thought of. They were there.
Because they want to keep as much as far as texture or thickness, of material off the screen. This material rolls extremely thin. Even after 4 rolls, you're going to see it's a very thin coat. It looks more like a skin that's just kind of shrunk.
Maybe because there's a ton of water in it, maybe?
To your surface. So
look at this.
You want to watch that. It's not that it shrinks so much. I'm not concerned about the shrinkage related to those screens. but I want to make sure that we don't have it build up that could cause your motor or your roll or your aperture mechanism to clog up, so, or to warp or anything like that.
Gee whiz. I got to go to this next one over here. This is my first one, my favorite one here. This is where he turns off the screen, but he does turn off the screen,
So,
does he?
just to be safe, more safe than sorry, we'll do that test, and then we'll let you know kind of how that works. And
Look at that. Look at that. That's really jacked up. That is real jacked up.
I don't expect any kind of issue whatsoever. I really don't, folks. But once again, I'd always
How about
rather
this?
check that.
I'm just going to skip painting your screen in and just figure out what color the wall is. And I forgot, software gray.
This is a brand new
And just paint the
formula.
wall
All
in.
the formulas have been revised.
Onto the screen, because that's what they should do.
Just want to make sure that that's going to be the case, that there's not going to be any issues. All right, so I've had people ask me about all kinds of surfaces, but basically they kind of boil down to three, okay? A term.
Do you see how washed out that is? Is that your projection screen over there with the Chromecast on it? Because that thing is so washed out. Look at this mess. Look at this. Look how washed out that is. That is absolutely horrible. Now, mind you, he goes back and the projector is turned off because he realized that the screen washed out. That is poor. That is very, very poor. Look how washed out that is. You can't even make out anything in here. This is washed out. But when he goes back, you'll notice that he turns it off. Watch this. Man, PARTAY. Gonna open up your shopping carts anytime soon? Look, same color you got there, it's the same there. It's washed out there. This is not even black.
Just contrast and very highlight.
That's black, PARTAY, so you know that. That's not black. This is black. You see?
As a matter of fact, in the maximum light, which this is showing now, you're looking at somewhere in the ballpark of, at the top half of the screen is about 180 lux. So very bright screen. I've taken this up to 400 lux, not front facing, okay, front 400 lux side.
Wait, I asked you a question. You sat there and said, if you paint this screen in a fifth time, it's brighter. You just said that. Can you explain that one? Did you say it, yes or no? I'm asking you a question. Did you say it? Yes or no?
Op angle, and you're going to be fine. It does very
well. Let me see. Do I specialize in ambient light rejection technology? Let's see. Which one you want? Do you want this technology right here? Better than yours. Oh, okay, okay. How about this? How about this? What about this one right here? All right, all right. Still waiting. Come on. What about? Wait, hold on. What about this one right here? I'm still asking. What about? No, you ain't got no videos for me. Come on, I asked y'all. I put my videos up as a form of match or better, and we don't see y'all doing it. You want to take it outside? What you want to do outside? I got anything. What you want to do outside? We only got to be inside. How about this? How about this? What about this one right here? This is a challenge we got it. You still guys have it. We're outside with 1,100 lumens. So okay. I'm gonna put it this way. If my ambient light rejection demonstrations are so fake, you wouldn't have a problem with completing all my test demonstrations today. Yes or no? If they're fake, if they're so fake and they're easy to do, then complete all the demonstrations today. Matter of fact, I'll give you a month. I'll give you a month to complete all my test demonstrations. How about that? Yes or no? Oh, I didn't think so. Mind you, this is a challenge. This has been up since 2019. We haven't had anybody beat it yet. So if I'm such a fake at the end of the day, if I'm such a fake and my stuff doesn't work, then guess what? You can do all my demonstrations, every last one of them. If you can't, then guess what? That means my demonstrations are real. And that means the customers are fake too, right? And including the church. They gave us a testimony. They're fake too also? I'm just asking you. Tell me. Come on. Speak. Speak, speak, speak. Got things to do today. Come on. Show me something. Show me something. At the end of the day, gentlemen, my products don't end up matching house paint. I don't have to steal Google images to make my products look like something that they're not at the end of the day. I don't have products matching house paint. I don't have watered down products at the end of the day, stealing people's freaking names from their companies. All kinds of dirty stuff that you guys do. Explain. PARTAY, you want to run? Crow, you want to run your mouth? We're on the blacklist. We can go right over there and have that conversation. Matter of fact, I can go straight to your site and I can pull up those fake images. And you stole images from what? From Google. You were so desperate to make your product seem like it was something, and you stole images from Google. So ask me a question. Explain this right here. What's that all about? Any one of your customers make this product with this match product? Isn't this you? I asked you a question. Isn't that you? All right. What about this right here? Explain this one right here.
Really going to pay me to do it, but it's got to be done.
Explain it. Explain your product matching house paint.
So this is the first time.
Isn't this the inside of your house? This is the inside of your house, isn't it? That's your title of your video right there, right? Why are you matching house paint? It is what it is. What do you want? What else is? This is your videos. Aren't this your videos right here? This is where we made your product out of house paint. Your own demonstrations. This is straight off your site. Look at this. This is your product matching house paint. Show me something different. You wait. Matter of fact, you care to do those demonstrations today? We would love to see that again. I would love to see that again. Can you show me today? Matter of fact, make it this week. This week we want to see a demonstration of Crow's products versus Slip Silver, because we haven't seen that yet. The microblend by Amazon. We want to see Network Grade 773 on all the rest of the products, and I want to see what's the other one called? Network Grade 773.
Contrast level. How heard my company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens and
Can you give me that today? Can you give me that this week? What's this? Jamie, what's this? What is it, Jamie? Come on, explain what it is. You did the video, right? It's right there. You got your name up there. CROW Cinemax Mixes versus Network Grade 773. So for y'all don't know, Network Grade 773 is a product that's sold by Sherwin-Williams. This has no black paint in it, no glitter. This is right off the shelf. That's it. Your product matched the house paint that's right off the shelf. And he's still trying to swindle customers and get $90 to $95 for a product that literally he went on YouTube and showed that match house paint. Am I wrong? Is that not you? I asked you a simple question. I'm not talking to Danny right now. We're done. Danny, come on, going to court? Oh, please, give me a break. We've been talking about that nonsense forever. I can show you freaking whatchamacallits over here, documents where emails where you try to curse us out. Danny, I want to see my freaking receipt. You understand me? On your website, this is what I want from you. I want to see my receipt where you say we canceled out. I also want to see you do your test against Network Grade 773, Slip Silver, Silver Mist is another one called Silver Mist. I want to see this. At the end of the day, customers need to know, why in the world am I going to do 4 hours? No, sorry, four paint applications when I can do the same thing with house paint? Can you show me a difference? And also, too, don't forget to get that software gray. That software gray is the exact same color you have on your theater wall. So what's the difference? Can you show us? I'm just asking you. We want to see that tomorrow. So get that. Chop, chop. Jamie, come on now. You know what I'm going to talk about here, right? Why you take images off Google? Why you do that? You know better than that. You that desperate to sell paint at the end of the day that you're basically willing to snatch images off Google? Really? You got a 4K projector. Do you know that? Do you know you own a 4K projector? And yet you're so scared that your paint doesn't work that well, you got to fake your images? Look at that. That's a shame. Oh, that's Jamie showing the receipt right there that he purchased the paint. There he is, painting it in. And what was the result from it all? We'll show you. Boom, 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 boom. Mind you can't see this anyplace else. Well, we got people dubbing the videos. They spread it around. They got it. But the original videos you can get right from all the blacklists. Come to Crystal Edge. Well, actually, it's under the new company's name. But you can come here and you can watch all of Jamie's failures where he got busted. Now, see that? Now, watch this. Do you believe in magic? What are you mad about? You guys are so angry. Why are you so mad? What are you mad about? These are your videos. I don't gotta say anything. You do this to yourself. These are your own videos. You're sitting there angry and getting mad at me and calling me all kinds of nasty names because you're mad because I'm showing videos of your products matching house paint. You did these videos. I ain't come to your house and put a gun to your head and say, I'm gonna force you to do these videos so you don't have a choice. No, you did these videos yourself. And then you get busted and you get caught and you try to hide the evidence. You get caught trying to hide the evidence and you get outed. You're still selling this on your website right now. If I go to your website right now, am I gonna find these paints over there? Did you pull them off your website or are they still there? So if I pop over your website right now, you're going to tell me that you don't have the Cinemax on sale, knowing you got it right here matching, and you don't have the 2.0 over there. The 2.0 used to be the personal mix. He switched it up. You can see at the top where it used to be. So you're going to tell me I'm not going to find this over there. That's what you're saying. Am I going to see it over there? If I pop over there right now. And I said, y'all getting here, y'all want to look good on the stream, y'all want to cry and whine, but the evidence is there. PARTAY sat there and said at the end of the day that he didn't say anything about 4 colors. The 4 colors are right there on the other page, and show right there. He said 4 coats. You didn't even mention how many coats. You couldn't even get that right in your specification sheet. Coming up there is talking about the paint has multiple different versions. Oh, this is really bad right here. The paint has multiple different versions of freaking gains attached to it. That don't make any sense. Where the heck are you getting that freaking from? I'm just looking at this. Look at this. This is a mess. Look at this mess. Look at this. Matching the white levels. It's matching your white levels. So you're going to tell me that I'm going to go in and I'm not going to find this paint on your website right now. If I go look at it right now, I'm not going to find it. I'm not going to find it today. I'm not going to find it tomorrow. I'm not going to find it the day after that. I'm not going to find it. It's not going to be in there. That's what you're saying? Because I don't want you to think, you know, because I made that comment that you're going to go in, Jamie. And by the way, if y'all don't know who this fellow is, this is Jamie Fernando Gonzalez. He sells Crow Screen Paint Mixes. This is his fiasco. This is his scam. Look at this craziness, man. So what are you mad about? You made the videos, right? You made these videos to back up your products, to make statements that your product wasn't even matching house paint, right? You did this. That's why you showed the receipts. That's why you painted it in. You were talking all this trash on camera that I didn't know what I was talking about. And then you match it. And then what happened to the videos? They went missing, right? All right. Look at this right here. Look at this right here. Anywhere we pull. Wow. Look at that. Look at the match on that. Look at the match on that. You can't tell one from the other. But you're going to take me to court and say that I slandered your name because we sat there and said that your product is house paint? You know, I don't think we're going to have a problem winning that court case at the end of the day. Look at you right there. If anything, we're going to turn around and slam you with a lawsuit on how many times you committed fraud against your customers. How many of your customers? Did you tell the church about this, Jamie? Did you show them these videos? How come these videos are not posted to your website? Mind you made these demonstrations to back. These are the same demonstrations you refused. You don't want anybody to see. And you're getting all butthurt over it. All butthurt. Butthurt. Look at this one right here. This is the personal mix. This shows you walking out of a freaking Home Depot with the product in your hand. Explain that one, Jamie boy. Look at that right there. Look. Walking out of a Home Depot. Scamming his customers all the way. Walking out of a Home Depot. Explain that one. That's basically bare silver screen. How much did that match your product at the end of the day? Well, let's see. Let's go have a look here. There we go. Where's that sent? We can't even find it. It's in there, hidden in there somewhere. That's how well it matched in. But he got on camera and said, oh, it's a slight huge. It's a discoloration. It's the ivory white levels. The contrast is not even there. My product, you went through all that trash talk on there just to turn around and get rid of the video. Where's the video at? Nobody can't find it, but we got it. Look at this. Look at this mess. Look at this. And I paused at the same time. I actually paused. Yes, I did. We're going a little closer on this. Look at this. Look at this. You ever seen on when they do the meme? Look, come here, look at this. Somebody look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that mess. What were you saying on camera with a lot of your customers to tell them it's a slight hue, it's a discoloration, it's not the same. I don't know if you guys can see it over here, but on my end it's quite different. Yeah, it's different. It ain't different. It's the same thing. What happened in this video? How come we can't find this one either? Where did that go to? Same contrast level. Looks exactly the same. There's no difference to it. Look at this, Jamie. Seriously. That's in 2019, I think it is. You got caught busted with that one. Let's go find another one. You got another one in here, Jamie? Oh, let's go to the one you try to hide the evidence. Did Jamie try to hide the evidence? Yes, he did. Let's see. All right, there's the, here we go. Try to hide the evidence. Got busted, got caught trying to hide the evidence. Isn't that you right there? Isn't that you, Crow? Right there. That's the title right there. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Boom! Caught you, busted you. Right on freaking live stream, trying to hide the freaking evidence. Look at you. Look at you. Video is unavailable. This video is private. Where have I seen that somewhere before? I have seen that somewhere before. Hold on for a minute. Now, like I said, if I go to your website, I'm not going to find these paints. That's what you're saying. All right, let's go pop to your website. Let's see if he's doing right by his customers. Let's find Crow real quick. Crow. There you are, buddy boy. And dig you up. By the way, you don't own the rights to the name Crow Screen Paint Mixes. Do you know that, right? I searched you. Your copyright, nothing comes up. It's blank. So I'm going to register that as mine. I'm taking that. That's mine now. Do you see what comes up? When we look up your name, see all this? This is us outing you on every level. This is all you. When we bring you up. This was a day ago. Showing you taking Google images off Google to claim as your own. That's the minute you pop up automatically from the door. Scammer. I bet you're going, I bet your stuff will connect. Did you get rid of the pictures? I bet you went and got rid of the pictures. I guarantee you. Let's go in here and let's see what happens. Let's see if you got rid of your pictures. Let's go pop over here. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's see. Go ahead. Where you at? Look, you're in there crying right now. Let's go over here right now. Let's see what we got going on right here. We got, there is a Metallica Mix 2.0. So this is a paint you can make yourself. You can literally make this yourself. Let's see if he removed the images. Nope, images are still there. Let's go in and take a look. These images are fake. So these images don't even belong to Jamie at the end of the day at all, period. Jamie was so scared, had no confidence in his product, that he felt the need to go to Google and steal images to make his product look good. That's sad. And you got a 4K projector, don't you? I'm gonna have the same projector you're gonna have. You know that? I'm gonna have your screen paint over here on your own projector. No, don't go blah, blah, blah. It's right here. This is your site. We're showing the customers. We're showing the people how a bunch of big scammers you guys are. Look, he's in there. He's in there upset. Content unavailable. We're gonna show you where content's not available. Because your customers are so disgusted, they're actually asking you to remove the videos off the account. Watch this. Go to Google search. Watch what pops up. Jamie doesn't own these at all, period. So let's put it this way. You were so terrified that you went in and you basically stole images off of Google so you can trick people into believing that this is how your screen paints really work at the end of the day. You're that desperate? You're that desperate. I mean, yeah, that's pretty desperate right there. That's like me having a 50,000 lumen projector 8K ultra laser projector, and I get caught stealing images off of Google having a machine like that. That means my paint must be pretty bad. That's pretty bad. All right, let's go over here real quick, Jamie. Let's go pop over here. Let's go to your Frankenstein mix. Does images legit on the Frankenstein mix? Yes or no? Are they legit? Let's see, are they legit? I don't think they are. And how much you asking for this house paint that anybody can make at the end of the day? $95. You're not getting no $95 for that. You're not getting no $95 for that. We don't fake our demonstrations, James. We don't do that. Look right here, where it says right here. Returns and refund policy. Once the product is delivered, can't even spell. Once the product is delivered, no returns or refunds. Only exchange for a different mix if the container wasn't open. If the container wasn't open. So you can't even open up the container to find out whether it works or not, because you can't get your money back, because Jamie's so terrified that you may take his screen paint and put it against another gray paint, and at the end of the day, want your money back. Let's go check out the Frankenstein real quick. Let's see if the Frankenstein has any labels on it. Doesn't exist. Let's see right here. The labels aren't matching up. Who owns the right to this moon? Who owns the right to it? Is it, Jamie, do you own the right to this moon? You don't own the right to it. Let's go cheers. Hit the back button. Let's see what happens on Google. This is what it comes up to. You don't own it. It's called First Quarter Moon HD. You don't own the rights to it. Let's go over and hit where it says Find Image Source. See where it goes at right here. There you go. Doesn't say anything about your product. Nowhere at all, period. Nothing. Nothing there. So clearly, you went on and put the moon up there to show off that the Frankenstein can pick up the contrast and those levels on that. They can pick it up like that. How many customers did you lie to and tell them that this was coming from your screen paint? That's fraud at the end of the day. So that picture's been there for a while. That picture's been there for probably about a year or so. So how many customers did you lie and tell them that was coming from your image when it never was? It was coming from Google. Well. Don't get mad about that. Let's go check out just go check out what's going on that customer front page right there. Let's go check it out for a minute. Let's go to your home page real quick. There you go. Here's your customers pulling already. What does it say right here, Jamie? You know why his customers are requesting to have the videos removed off his website? Because number one, his products are matching house paint. Number two, he's still selling the products on his website even though he steals from his customers. Number three, you got products at the end of the day, you're taking images off Google and make your images look like something that it's not. That's like lip singing at a concert. That's pretty much what you're doing. But anyway, that's why the customers don't want nothing to do with you at the end of the day. Because a lot of these customers, I'm pretty sure, want the Home Depot, want the Lowe's, got some great paint, did the demonstration. Hey, look, I'm going to tell you something, Jamie. At the end of the day, if I'm a liar, if I'm a fake, if I'm doing all this just to hurt you at the end of the day and it's not true, you wouldn't mind doing the test for me, would you? Would you mind doing it for you? Would you? Do them today. All right, then. I thought not. As for your customers already went and did these tests already. I guarantee you they did. They did these tests already. None of your customers are in this room. None of your customers will ever come in this room seeing the fact that you took Google images. They can go in there and look at it themselves and hit that back button and show that you're taking images off of Google. Now, if you're claiming for your products to be so good at the end of the day, that your image and your quality is so amazing, why do you need to take images from Google? That right there screams fake, fraud, and scammer right from the door. Then they can see you up there on camera, bearing receipts, painting it, matching a house paint. That at the end of the day is not somebody I'm going to support. I'm going to request for you to remove my videos off the site because I don't want to be affiliated with your scam paint. That's what they want. Let's show you something right here. Jamie, real quick. Let me show you something real quick. Okay? Let me show you something real quick. We're going to take one customer video and put it against all yours. One customer, one of our customers, just one. To put against all your customers, just one. See if anyone can match it. Now we're going to do this outside. Should we do it outside, inside? Really doesn't make a difference. This is Hector's, my friend. Look at this. That's his demonstration of our product outside. You can't even match a video like that. His video right there beats the crap out of your video. Can you do that with your product? Of course, your contrast, none of that will pull up. All right, so that's his outside demonstration. I didn't see one of your customers outside. Well, I saw that one on the roof with the Batman, but that screen was completely washed out. All right, this is also too customer right here. Okay, there you go. And let's go over to the demonstration. Here we go. So you see how well lit these environments are, Jamie? Now, let's go pop over to your site and see what your customers have to go through. Let's go over to, let me see where we're at. Here we go. Let's go take a look at your customers. So we can't go here. These videos were removed. This guy's got a 150-inch screen you painted in. Look how dark the environment is.
All right, guys, I'm done. This is CROW1176.
See right there where the curtains darken? You block the light from coming from there. So this room is pretty dark. It's got condensed lighting right here. This window's blocked. There's no light. Look how dark this environment is compared to my customers. And mind you, my customers can display outside. I don't see this here. And I noticed you stuck to nothing but bright colors. There's no contrast levels, nothing at all going on here. Nice. Nothing but colors. That's all you have in here. That's it. All right. Let's go to this one. What about this customer? Is he in a well-lit environment? Nope. He's sitting in the dark. As a matter of fact, his screen washed out right there. See that? That's supposed to be black, not gray. The black is blacker here and the OLED picture right there than the actual screen paint. That's gray. Not black. See that? See? Can't pull contrast level off of that. That menu's supposed to be black, not gray. Let's see if they're in the dark. Oh, they're definitely in the dark. Look at the lights you see pushing up behind the back of the screen. I could do the same thing with house paint. The same thing. We'll do the same thing. This one sits in the dark right there. Look at that. That's all washed out right there. That's supposed to be in black. That's all washed out. Let's go over here. Let's pick another one. Well, this one's doing a movie demonstration, so that one's in the dark either way. This is somebody watching a basketball game. You think they got the lights on or watching the basketball game? Nope, they're sitting in the dark. Can't have the lights on in there. Too dark. Okay, let's look at this one. Someone's watching a music video. Sitting in the dark. Are any of these matching any of my customer demonstrations? Nope. Not at all. Not at all. Let's keep going. Let's see if we can find something else. This video is with this customer. Well, this video, you can't use this one. Customer had that one removed. Let's check this one out. Is this customer sitting? Well, of course, let's see. He has some light in here.
How you doing, guys? It's me.
But look how dark the environment is all around here. And look how close he is to the screen. This is washed out. See how dark the environment is? And look how small the screen is. You can, I see when you watch these demonstrations, you're basically coaching these people to do things on your level for the screen paint. I noticed that when I watch these demonstrations. Look how washed out that is. That's supposed to be black. I do these all the time. I do OLED demonstrations because I have black screens. That is gray, not black. Look how washed out the reds are. That's all washed out. Can you imagine if you bought a TV and it looked like that? Would you keep it? You would take it right back to the store. That is very washed out. All right, customer got cheated there. Let's check out this customer right here. Let's see what he has going on over here.
Hey, Crow.
Here he is right here. He's sitting in the dark. Look how dim the environment is. So the environment's already super dim. As you can see, he has to, look how washed out the blues are. Jamie, look at that. Look how washed out your colors are. Watch the colors improve a little bit when he turns the lights out. Watch this. There you go. You got to be in the dark to use it. Because you can't get the blues to pop because the blues wash out. I told you the screens can't see color. All right, so this guy's sitting in the dark. He ain't really got a choice. Shame, but that's what you did to your customers. Look at this. That is so washed out. And look how dark the environment is. They have to be in caves at the end of the day. They have no choice. Let's go load some more, see what we got going on here. These are your demonstrations. There's another customer right here. It says quality mix.
All right, Jack.
Oh, this is you. Quality mix. Look how dark your environment is. My apartment and my front room contains more light. My bathroom contains more light than this section right here. Look how dark it is. Look, what is, you can't even see what's going on. What is this over here? Look how dark it is over here. Why is this corner so dark over here? This is really dark. And look, man, I ain't trying to be rude when I say this, but don't ever say that we got the same apartment, because we don't. There's no way in the world my apartment's that small. I'm not trying to be rude here or anything or disrespectful, and I'm really not. But don't sit there and say we got the same apartment, because we don't. I can house a 150-inch screen on my wall with no problem. You're not doing that here. My place is far bigger than yours. Don't do that at the end of the day. Look how dark these curtains are. This is really dark. This is all dark. You can't even make out what this is. You can't see what this is. That's really, really dark. Well, I know your apartment for a fact. It's 600 square feet. That's what your apartment is. I know. We went to go take a look at the unit. The unit's 600 square feet. This is a 600 square feet apartment. I looked at enough of them to know. It's 600 square feet. Mine's 950. See where your ceilings stand at? These are my ceilings. My place is bigger than yours, way bigger than yours. Let's just show you. You see the distance it takes for you to get to the screen? I'm 21 feet back in my setup. My screen's 150 inches. So I have to be 21 feet back from the screen in order to hit the 150 on my projector. You don't have 21 feet in there. You want to do a little measurement for me? I got 2 hallways I got to walk through before I go to the other room. And I got a dining room in there that I don't even use. And the place I'm getting upstairs is bigger than that. See? Hallway. Bathroom. You mind moving out of my way? Kitchen. Another hallway area, and this is the size of my freaking room. There's my screen. We do not have the exact same place. No, at all, period. I don't know where you got that from, but we don't. I just sat there and said on camera that if I was going to move into an apartment, it had to be a good size. It had to be big, and that's what I got. All right. So no, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but we don't have the same apartment. We don't. I can accommodate 100. If you don't believe me, put a 150-inch screen here. See if it'll pick up. I don't know. All right. Let's see what we got going on here in this video right here. Still in the dark. What's going on? Why is that corner so dark over there? Why is that corner so dark over there? It's really dark in that corner. Why is this area dark? This is a very dark area. That's what I said, because your screen paint doesn't work. Crow, what I'm trying to say here is, listen to me, Jamie. The way your screen paint reacts, how it doesn't pull up in a fully lit environment, how it's so washed out, your customers have to be in the same dark environment you have to be in. My customer's demonstration alone can knock out your demonstrations and your customers at the same time with no problem. My customer can go outside. They can be outside in fully lit environments because our technology is ambient light projection technology. In my demonstrations, I can walk around inside, outside, no problem, and they could do the same thing. Your stuff is not. All your customers are sitting in the dark. Their screens are washed out. And here you are in the same dark environment they are. Another customer sitting in the dark. Let me show you something. That's my screen outside on the PS4 at 180 inches. Not stuck in the dark. That's my PS4 menu. You see how bright blue that is? How it doesn't wash out, how it doesn't fade. To Crow's customers, this is what your screen is supposed to look like. Not stuck in the dark, worrying about your screen washing out or fading. Colors are so bland on that screen, it's not even funny. And it has no choice but to be in the dark because it doesn't see contrast, it doesn't see well-lit environments, and it can't pick up color. But here you go. Yeah, I thought so. Only one, by the way, I'm the only 180-inch black screen on YouTube. You type that in, automatically come up. Oh, is this one we did on certified screens? Oh, heck yeah, I forgot we did this one on certified screens.
As I told you before, like
This is the 12.
You got people out
That's the 12.
you can't do.
That's the 12 against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 certified screens. That's the 12 on a 135-inch fixed frame screen.
Can't be in a fully environment, and you can't do that OLED demonstration with lights on. Because the OLED demonstration, the background must always remain black, no matter what.
Where's your demonstrations on certifies? Oh, I forgot. Y'all don't do them because screen paints don't work. Keep forgetting about that. You can't do those demonstrations on certifies. Your screen paint doesn't work right. Why? Because it's house paint. That's why you're stuck in the dark. Do you see that environment I have right there showing the certified screen and all that light, and you're sitting over here in this dark area? I'm Batman. Where's the rest? There must be some more videos over here that went missing. Oh, wait a minute. What the freak? There's supposed to be some other videos over here. Where's the rest of your videos, Jamie? I could have swore there was another video next to this one. Where's your video? There's a video missing from here. Let me see something for a minute. That's customer. Maybe, I don't know. I just could swear there's a video right there. I gotta go back and check the recordings and see. There was a video right there. But that's it. This is your testimony. This is not a 200-inch screen. Do you know the size of a 200-inch screen? That's not 200 inches. See right here? I'm sorry, that's not 200 inches at all, period. Let's go pull up the big one. That's 135 right there. And this right here is 180 inches. So how in the heck does that a 200-inch screen you just displayed? So let me show you right here. And mind, this is a 180-inch on a fold. Let me show you right here. This boom, 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 boom. Let's see, we're gonna pull. That's 180. It's 180. It's 150. There you go. This is what you were displaying outside. You were displaying 150 inch. That's what you were displaying. That's a 150 inch screen. That's the screen you were painting in. That's the size. That's not 200 inches. Now, at the same time, I'm showing you a 150-inch screen, Jamie, and showing you what true ambient light projection looks like. Not only do my customers at the end of the day have demonstrations far more better? Just one of my customers demonstrations actually produce more light in his environment than all of your customers combined, including your own demonstrations. But this is my screen at 150-inch outside. PARTAY, next time you do a demonstration on that weak little 3x4, whatever screen that's supposed to be at the end of the day, don't even bother posting that nonsense on freaking Facebook ever again. Because I'll come to your channel and I'll lock this in here and I'll guarantee I'll get more publicity on that than that little cookie cutter screen you had out there. That's not a demonstration at the end of the day. That's a joke. Guys don't know anything about ambient light rejection technology at all whatsoever. Look at this. On a 720p projector, 150 inches. All right, well, I'm gonna go visit and have fun with family. Take taco out real quick. I had fun schooling you guys. Oh, I forgot, PARTAY. Tomorrow and CROW, I want to see those registration numbers posted directly to your website. We got ours on there. I want to see your registrations up there. Show me that you own the rights to that name. Show me that you own the rights to that logo you have up there. I want to see that. I'm still also looking forward to seeing that demonstration of PARTAY's products versus everyday household products. What's the difference between bare silver screen? What's the difference between network gray and so forth versus your product? Or somebody basically going to paint 4 applications in and wait freaking 5 to 7 days or 24 hours for the screen to dry? Pfft, nobody's going to do that crap. CROW, well, can you get images on your site that don't have nothing to do with Google? Is that possible? I don't think so. You're going to figure out something else. Once you do this way, do this for a fact. Since you already self-destructing, you got nothing else to lose. How about you just replace all your pictures with Google images? You just go for broke. Because that's what you're going to have to do, man. And no one's going to buy that trash paint. And until then, gentlemen, at the end of the day, you'll be going to jail and paying me tons of money and my company's contractors. So whoop-de-doo, because we can do this. Well, that's basically about it. And you saw in the demonstration, we put the open mic in for all of them to come in and talk. Did any one of them sit there and answer any of the questions that are on their actual videos? No, they didn't. All they did was cry, whine, cry, whine, cry, whine. That's why we opened the mic, because we want you to be able to see this. We're not blocking any of that. We're going to allow everybody to see what they just posted in there. We want them to see it. I didn't even look at half of that stuff, because nobody was answering any questions at all, period. Everybody was in there ranting and carrying on and crying and whining on their multiple fake accounts. Asked you multiple questions on your own products, and y'all couldn't answer me back with nothing at all. That is sad at the end of the day. Well, we leave it with this. Enjoy. Give y'all something to work forward to. Y'all got the end of the day are freaking pathetic. How the heck you don't even know your own freaking product? That's just jacked up. Guy just sat there and said on camera, I never said anything about 4 colors. And in the video, there's 4 colors in the video. Gee whiz Louise. That is freaking unbelievable. Literally reminds me of the Eddie Murphy stories. But I look like a grown man going into Eddie's house, marking up his couch in my muddy cowboy boots. Man, I went to freaking Eddie's house and marked up his freaking couch in my muddy boots. He can buy another one. He's rich. That's what you sound like at the end of the day. I never said that. I never said that. I never said it. I never said that my products are matching 4 products. Never said that. House paint. This is our demonstration on that screen called I forgot the name of it. But anyway, good screen, like I said, but it don't match our stuff. See, I tested on every screen in the house. Don't match our stuff. But nice screen. What CROW did was disgusting. All right, well, that's basically about it. I gotta get out and charge my phone. I got things to do. As I said before, after 2 months, we're done. We're going to basically start catering to our contracts, and from there, if the contracts do decide that they're going to branch out and make the paint available for the customers, it's all up to them. I got no say over that. Product is available now on the website. After 2 months, like I said, it's gone. All right, gotta go. Thank you all, and God bless.